Hello, tubers. Let's see if we get ourselves live everywhere else. Who have we got in tonight? Alright, here we go. We are live now. We're doing our live UFO UAP Skywatch, coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. Dan, yours in early tonight there. Newton as well there. Good to see you guys. And Adam, how are we all doing? You're still hanging around there? Now, it's meant to be a lovely clear night for us here as well. So do join us as we're looking out for the strange and anomalous couple of wisps of cloud, but nothing too bad. Not like last night, eh, guys? My opinion, how are you doing? Thank you for the likes. There is the likes and shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourself there, DJ as well, and Yorkshire Coin Hunter. How are you doing, guys? So, hoping the computer's going to hold out. We're having more technical issues with that. Surprise, surprise. I'm just going to turn up the brightness a touch. We've still got a very blue sky. That is the last of those daylight, that daylight in the sky. So as the night moves on, we are going to see more and more stars and objects moving in there. So let's keep our eyes peeled for anything a little bit stranger. Liv as well there, coming in with the likes. How are you doing? Thank you for those. So yeah, we're looking out for the strange and anomalous UFO, UAP, all of that sort of jazz. Hopefully tonight's going to be a good night. It's been a bit slim for sightings the last couple of nights, but I expect it's going to be so clear tonight that I am feeling lucky. And my opinion, thank you for the gifts, appreciate those. All goes back into the stream there, helping us improve on what we do. But yeah, settle in. We've got a good couple of hours ahead of us there. Tonight will be the night, Liv. I love the attitude. That is exactly it tonight. Paul, how are you doing? Good to see you. How was your weekend been? It's nice and cooling down a bit, and hopefully it's going to be really, really clear for us tonight. Just checking on the computer at the minute because it's been throwing some sulks. I think we've oh god, yeah, that is we'll see how it holds up, but it's going to be tech support tomorrow there. Bloody Windows computers as well. And Blue Nose, how are we doing, Captain? Thank you for the gifts there. Appreciate that. All goes back into... And Paul as well. Another member. So Paul of members there. Thank you for that one, Paul. Who got it there? Lick a lot. Enjoy that. So for the members, you'll be able to join us for our deep dives there. We look into all the recent leaked stuff there, or not leaked, but released stuff from the US, but whistleblower accounts, released documents, all that jazz for them. We normally do it every couple of weeks there, so it'll probably be next Friday that we should be doing another one. I need to schedule that one. We might have some more documents on the horizon for those. And DJ coming in with the shares there. Appreciate that, guys. It is the likes and shares, tapping away. All of that jazz helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. And the more eyes and minds we get on the phenomena, so the more we can all piece this puzzle together. You never know who's going to come in and what they're going to share. There's a nice bit of movement on the screen there. Should we zoom in on it? See if we can, just before it goes off.
Zoom mode activated.
There we go. Again, at the second, we need to see it do something strange. We need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course or trajectory, something like that. That'll tell us for sure that it is, in fact, something a little bit stranger. Another faint one up there. So lots of man-made satellites up there. But we have to follow them across the screen. We have to see them, observe them do something strange. Always, DJ. Always. Thank you there, sir. And Scented is in. Good to see you there. And Nana as well. How are we doing tonight? Do say hello, guys, as you join in. Let us know where you're watching from. Got any questions? Ask away. Might be about what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, or anything like that. We are totally up for all questions there. Again, if you've got an experience with the phenomenon, even better, do share that with us as we're waiting for the action to happen on screen there. And Scented and Liv, thank you for the gifts there as well. Where are we? Scrolling through there. Clear skies, I see, guys. It all rhymes. Scented? Yeah, you're not wrong. I think we are being rewarded for our patience last night. Eventually, we've got a really, really clear sky. I've changed the position of the camera. We're actually looking like directly up right now. So, that's normally the darkest bit. No light pollution when you're up there. So hopefully that should mean that when the blue goes there, the daylight, the last bit of daylight leaves there, we're going to see more stars, some of the colours of those stars there, and more weird and wonderful objects. And the moon is on its way out. So again, it should get darker over the next few days if we have any clear skies there. And I know that England needs a physical testimony, their disclosure. We do. We're always behind the Americans, whether it's culturally, in the arts there, you know. We think of how much American TV and whatnot that we get. We're always behind, but we do normally come in eventually there at some point. And Living Light, how are you doing? There, hello to the one and only live UFO hunt. Thank you there, Living Light, and thank you for the super chat there. Very, very kind of you. Appreciate that. So it all goes back into the stream there. Help us improve what we do. So hopefully the computer's going to hold out for us tonight as well, and we can have a really awesome Skywatch tonight. It just looks absolutely clear as hell there. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of the colours coming in there as well. And B2, good spot in there sent in. Where did that one go exactly? Was that one good? That one wasn't the cursor, I don't think. Oh, that one. Maybe because of the delay. There, and my opinion there, I've been to the Midland Air Festival this weekend there. Nothing anomalous seeing. That reminds me of, what was there? There was an air show. There's one of these reports, isn't there, that a guy was taken to a classified area of an air show. One of the military ones where they, behind the scenes and, they do the buying and the selling of the big fighter jets and stuff. So it's a military air show, and he went to this classified area, and in this hangar of that air show in the 90s, there were these reverse engineered, these mocked up ones. There, he said they were all thrown together. They had like fighter jet aircraft seats. They looked very prototypey, but yeah, I mean, is there something to that? I don't know if my eyes are messing around, but I keep seeing shadows in the clouds above me. Well, I mean, there are, again, lots of sightings along those lines. We just don't know. There are so many anomalies out there, just like that. I think we experience, almost daily as individuals. But how do we push it to the next level there? How do we kind of get it some more degrees of evidence there? Is it something you've only noticed recently, DJ? And if you aren't just joining us, guys, we are doing a live UFO, UAP, Skywatch tonight. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of crop circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So do sit with us tonight there, and let us know what you spot. And we're going to see lots of movement on the screen tonight because it is so clear. Most of those, sadly, are going to be man-made satellites, but not all of them. So you've got to keep your eyes on them, follow them across the screen, even if they have just gone in a boring straight line at a consistent speed. Keep your eyes on it. It only takes that last-minute hesitation or change of course or trajectory. Something like that will tell us for sure that it is in fact something a little bit stranger. I did see an alien there, but it was a hot air balloon. An actual alien-shaped hot air balloon. Now that is cool. It started last night, so DJ, I mean, if it's not something that you've picked up previously, I mean, it's at the very least, says pay some attention. There might be something else there, It's drawing your gaze and therefore having a look, maybe. Keep your eyes to the skies. And apparently there are reports of 150-mile-long ships heading this way. Oh, what's that? I haven't heard that one specifically. I've heard like generalized rumors along that. Oh, there's a mothership on the way, 2027, all of this jazz. And I mean, it's definitely possible. I thought it blew my mind when, if you've seen, there was the three body problem, which is basically the premise of that, bad aliens on the way. Now, I think it was the George Bush White House there. They made all new employees to the actual White House part there. They made all the new employees read the three body problem series. Now, what was it in those books that they needed to convey, and the best way of doing that was to read a book on it rather than brief them, to give them a grounding in that area. So, I mean, there's an element of plausibility. I think that if there is a ship on the way, regardless of it there, then we can't have warp drives. And if we can't have warp drives, that means we're, back to conventional propulsion and therefore very, very, very long journeys. But if warp drives, as we expect to exist there, they are theoretically possible, they just need a lot of energy, then it doesn't matter the size of the craft, it could get here for us pretty much instantaneously. There wouldn't be an A to B. So for me, it's like, if there is a ship on the way, then what we're seeing can't be the warp drives. It can't be the instantaneous travel there. But, I mean, it's plausible. It's been a trope of sci-fi for a while. And I don't know if I've already asked you this, but have you had unusual sightings when you're not on TikTok? It's a good one, Liv. Mostly when I'm setting up the camera, and I've had two. One of them was literally like last week there, and it's very hard to tell, with when you're on the ground. Did I just see that change? Did I not there? But I did see, again, it was still so light there. Just the first bright stars were poking out there. And this time I was watching what I thought was a satellite moving across. And that's interesting. I can see that even though it's still quite light out. And as I was following it with my eyes, it seemed to swerve off of course. It wasn't a 90-degree turn, but it did seem to swerve. It's hard to tell though when you're down on the ground. We had one as well before that, which went below the clouds, but that was last year. And Drew as well, how are you doing there? Amanda too, good to see you. And Harko, how are you doing tonight there as well? And thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that, guys. All the gifts, the subs, the chats, the memberships, all that jazz goes back into the streams there. And Minnie, any sign of the blue moon tonight? So I don't think for us here, sadly, it's not going to come up high enough above the horizon. It's very, very low. I checked the alignment earlier, and yeah, it looks like it's just going to hug the horizon. So we probably get the worst of both worlds. We're going to get the light from the moon affecting our night vision, hence why I pointed the camera right up tonight. But we won't be there to see it, I don't think, for us. And have you tried radio signals and filming the sky? You may have. Oh, no, we haven't at the minute. We would like to combine it. And at the second, they're all kind of how it runs. I can't do both at the same time, but I am very close to being to separating it out and sort of having a look at that, because that is one of the reasons we don't check the 1.6 frequency. We check the hydrogen line, is because 1.6 is interesting, a long history of the phenomena, but without that visual component, oh, it's having a sulk. Wait for it to come back. Is that come back now on TikTok? Hopefully. But without that visual component there, any weird signals that we get, oh my god, TikTok, what the fuck are you doing tonight? Sorry, guys, over on TikTok. Right, if it goes again, you'll have to jump over to the YouTube, because TikTok's having a sulk and the computer's having a sulk tonight, and it won't be able to do both. And TikTok's the worst candidate for it there. So at the thing UFO, the screen looks a lot better as well. So maybe as a backup if we go again. So there's a heads up if we disappear. But yeah, combining them could be very interesting there. Shortly, very tired there. Oh, Harko, feeling for you there. And Drewski, I'm glad to hear it. I just saw a big flash in A1. Live, right, so A1. Let's get my cursor over to this area here. So we're in A1. Let's look to see if we can get a second sighting of that flash. Oh, some nice movement here and here. Remember, keep your eyes on it, guys. We need to see it do something strange. Stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course or trajectory. That will tell us for sure that it is something a little bit stranger. And you, is this there? Hello, are you? Sorry, I'm very inactive recently. It's good to see you there, but never worry there. But it's good to see you there. And is it me? The feed is getting. It is scented, yeah. So we are partly our end, partly the computer. We're having. There's a broken part on the computer, and it's having a sulk. So I think that's a limiting it here. But TikTok, being an awful platform, is very sensitive to those things. So you'll have to bounce over if it is that bad. The YouTube should be fine. Maybe YouTubers, you can confirm that one. Speaking of which, let's get over to you guys in the chat. Their friend is in. Moon at Noon, how are you doing? And Maya is in tonight. Good to see you there. And Raph as well. Milf Hunters. Oh, I mean, it'd be a different sort of stream that, wouldn't it? There. It's a cream cracker. Yeah, the computer is always sulking this weekend. TikTok is lagging there. Yeah, come find us over on the tubes. It should be fine over there. Good to see you guys. What's that? Pug Life? No! Well, we can't do anything about TikTok, sadly. So if you want it unbuffered, it'll have to be there, sadly. Where are we? Right, well, I think we are up to date across the board now. There we go. Let's see if we can just tweak some of those settings to get the brightness a little bit better. Right, let's get that a little bit more. No, let's tweak that one there. And no, a couple of wisps of cloud, but nothing too bad. What's that? Oh, you're in both chats, so I can hear. Oh, Amanda, excellent. There we go. 2 hands, 2 chats. Love it. Hopefully it's more stable there over on the tubes. It's normally more resilient there. Not this. Scented. That is a shame there. Yeah, sadly, the weird nuances of TikTok is their software that allows us to do this live from a computer is absolutely horrendous. So when we do have like a computer issue like we got tonight, I think the hard drive's on its way out. It for some reason affects that software as well. So it's a bit of a shame. But hopefully we'll get that repaired soon. Hopefully. I've got to tackle that one. Tomorrow typically it happens on a Sunday and there's nobody to call for support there. But if you are just joining us, guys, we're doing a live UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch tonight. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So do help us spot the strange and anomalous, the weird and wonderful. That blue that is still there is going to turn black. We're going to see more stars, more objects. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, but it's going to be really interesting for sightings there. So do help us spot the strange and anomalous. Drop the grids references in the chat, and if we get right up to it, then hopefully we should see all. We can about zoom in on all of the anomalous ones are there. But do say hello as well. Let us know where you're all joining from tonight as well. And it's more stable on the tubes. Good to hear. At least that one's working tonight there. What's that? Happy Sunday, TikTok. Well, TikTok is very frustrating there. I'm more stable in my padded cell. Oh, they've upgraded you. Have you got a window now? Why are those messages not coming through? Better luck I had the chat open there. V as well. Good spot in there, 1A and 2A. I'm just watching those now. Oh, we've got one in A4 at the second. A bit far behind there, but keep it up. Keep up the good spot in there. Why did that one not come through? Yeah, it didn't come through. All right, I'm going to have to, I think, get rid of this combined chat. Doesn't seem to be having a good time with that there. And where is Andromeda Galaxy in conjunction to this view? So probably it is going to be... Oh, some movement there. A lot more to the left for you guys. Oh, actually, no, you're there. It's going to the top. Keep going around to the top, so it's not in range for us yet. When we do get it on screen, it is really cool to look at there. It looks pretty similar to all of the old, all of the other stars that we're seeing here, but obviously it's a galaxy, so it looks like this, but it's kind of smudged. That is the only way to describe it. Yeah, but other than, you know, it's not a star, the fact that it is a whole other galaxy, billions and billions of other stars, is pretty cool. What is this one here? Is this Deneb? I don't think we're too far around for that to be Deneb. Let's spin the camera, shall we? See what we can see there. Half a window. Because they're cruel. Well, you know, don't misbehave, because you might get less than that. Yes, that can't be Deneb. So, that bright purple one in the middle, that's Vega. And if we keep going this way, basically, you should get... Oh, there's a flasher. Oh, look at that one. Zoom in on that one.
Zoom mode activated.
So, very interesting. What that thing is doing, basically, whether it is man-made or ET made. Is it going to flash again? That's weird. Weird that it's not flashed again. So, and I'll explain why. Basically, anything up there in orbit, be it man-made, be it ET, bit of rock or whatever, reflecting that sun's light back to us there, as you can see, right, as it's flying around. Now, if it's flashing, it's doing this. Reflection, rotating, nothing, flash, nothing, flash. So as it's moving, it's doing that. But because of the friction of space, if that is a satellite tumbling, those flashes are very repeated, you know, very repetitious. They do a pattern with them, which doesn't normally change. So the fact that that flashed a few times is quite interesting. It's quite anomalous. Where are we? Down here as well. Good spot in there, Harco, in C4. And we got to that one. Dear. Oh, I got... I thought the cursor was a moth on my screen. Honestly, we were going to change the cursor to a little UFO, but it didn't work. There, Moon at Noon. How are you doing there? Puck Life, B2. I can't see a well. Let's have a look. B2. Oh my god, I can't even use my own grid. B. No, that is B2. Right. So there's a bit of a delay, so I probably missed the particular observance there that you're talking about. We are seeing still a lot of stars, considering that this is, you know, we're getting a lot of daylight in. We are seeing a lot of stars and their colours. Look at some of these as well. Some of the oranges there. Pretty cool. This big bright purple one there, that is Vega, about 26 light years from us. Ooh! Stop it. There we go. 26 light years from us here on Earth. There we go. Get that back in the middle of the screen. So we're looking back in time. That is what that star looked like 26 years ago. It's taken 26 years for that light to reach us at a vast distance. Or is it a crashed UFO from a female alien driver there, Raf? Always making friends. And Liberty, how are we all doing there? In a bit late. No worries, Liberty. Always good to see you there. So, yeah, we're all right. We're fighting computer issues as always. The hard drive is definitely on the way out, so we've got to fix that one. That is out. That is next on the to fix list. I did that once. I zoomed in too far on my face, and that had the same react. Yep. The bloody scroll wheel. I've not fixed that one yet. There's a nice colourful one. It looks like green, and we've not even got the settings up. That is quite interesting. Look how green that one is showing, and it is all.
Zoom mode activated.
And we're still getting that blue. We normally have to wait for lights to get such a distinct colour. Again, that light, though, can be green due to atmospheric interactions, but they do theorise that, you know, if a real-life warp drive is being used, then due to the red and blue shifting of the light there, we're either going to see, well, we'd see green there, but if we're up close enough, it would probably look orange. So I'm not sure which one's going to be right there, but green is interesting, but it's not a slam dunk. How are we doing, Daryl? How was your weekend gone tonight there? So guys, if you are just joining us, do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from tonight there. Ask any questions. There's no silly questions. But we're doing a live UFO UAP hunt tonight, and these are the skies live over Wiltshire here in the UK. So right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So do help us spot the strange anomalous there. Keep up the grid. Drop the numbers in the chat there, and if you're lucky, the mods will highlight the... oh my god, I'm already getting hot. They'll highlight the grid there and we can zoom in on it if it's anomalous enough. So we're going to see lots of these things moving, like this one right here. But until it does something strange, until it stops dead, shoots off at speed, changes its course or trajectory, we are not going to... we're not going to be able to tell for sure that it is something strange until it does that one. What's that? The stalled chat there. Keep it flowing. Keep it flowing. How are we doing, Adam, as well? Good to see you. So, yes, this is what we are doing tonight, guys. Where's my other one gone? There it is. Right. And, Kendrick as well. How are we doing? Good to see you in there. And Baritone Dave from Texas. Good to have you in. Have you ever seen anything strange in the skies over Texas? We'd love to hear about that. So, yeah, do share your local stories. Oh, another green one coming in. Very cool to look. But we need to see, as I said, do something strange. Stop dead, change course or trajectory. Oh, C2. Let's have a look at that one. Where is C2? So this one here. Oh, I think it's that one there, but with the delay. But keep up the good spotting, yeah. We need to see it stop dead, change its course or trajectory. That will tell us for sure. But flashing and colour is interesting there, but it's not as much of a slam dunk. In fact, I might spin us back around again, because that annoying bit of cloud there. See if we can get a darker patch. So let's go back to where we were a second there. We're almost pointing directly up when we're over here. So it should be the minimum for light pollution. Is it a touch darker? Well, I can't tell you which stars are here, but oh, it's already busy. It's already very active for us tonight. Let's have a look. Where did we get to? And Yev, how are we doing? Bird spotters. How you doing there? The full moon looks amazing. I can't see it from here. It is, yeah, still too behind the trees for me. Like and subscribe and all that wonderful stuff. Exactly, Raph. Thank you for that, guys. It is the likes and the shares, all that jazz, that helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And the more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, the better. You never know who's going to come in and what experience with the phenomena they are going to share. So I do. It's my favourite bit is hearing your accounts there. Living like... no, you're having a chat there. 60 odd watching, only 24 likes. Shameful. But we do appreciate that. So that's how we meet you all. And where are we? Over there. What's the crack with 3i? Atlas, anything new? Nothing really new at the second, or nothing that's, you know, interesting enough new. It's on its way out now, so we're probably going to get, well, it's quite a way out now. So less stuff is able to observe it. So we're, you know, just the chances are even lower now to see all of that, to see anything strange if it was doing it. So yeah, it's on its way out. Probably won't get any hard confirmation on what was going there. And Kendrick has a close-up sighting in 2010 in the Netherlands, and of course some weird lights in the sky. Now, Kendrick, I need to hear about this close-up sighting there, because we see a lot of strange lights doing things that cannot be explained by satellites, shooting stars and all that sort of stuff there, but I haven't had an up-close sighting. I nearly may have had one, on our last on location, which, guys, we're prepping for our next one, so hopefully I'll have another on location for you soon. But yeah, an up-close one would be amazing there. Something went down in C2 fast. Keep it up there, the good spotting. And we need to see it do something strange there. Nemo, how are we doing? Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate those, guys. Gifts, subs, Patreon membership, super chats, all that jazz goes back into the stream. Testing an infrared camera before I came on. Looks great. Oh, what one have you got there? And is that for your actual main on the skies, or is that for like you and hosting there? Baritone as well. Oh yes, many unexplained lights, and not satellites or plane. I've been a skywatcher for a long time. I love that. I haven't. It was literally moving here to the country and going, oh my god, look at the skies, they're amazing. And it being a bit of a UFO hotspot. Right, let's do it. Let's see what we can get. And yeah, we're getting things. What's your best sighting there, Baritone? And where are we down there? We don't cope on location. Sam gets freaked out and sets us all off. Yeah, that is true. That does happen. That definitely does happen. I get a bit Scooby-Doo. I like the idea of it, but then when push comes to shove, guys, you know, I am. As you've all seen, I get a bit Scooby. And yeah, Oh, black rectangular craft there with two blue stripes of light appeared above my house, standing in front. Now that is amazing to see. Was it a daylight sighting? And you saw the stripes, so it must have been well illuminated. That is amazing. How long was it there for? Was there any sound to it as well? Was it silent? Hovered for 30 seconds and just anomalous. It just vanished out of reality. Not even moving off fast, just out of reality. Again, that has been reported before. Blue stripes. That feels very human, doesn't it? Like the go fast stripes there. Or oh, that is pretty cool. Where's this cloud coming from? We were told totally clear skies tonight. I'm sure it'll pass quite quickly. Exactly where did the cloud come from? And it's crazy now. When I was a kid, it used to take 10 to 15 minutes to spot a satellite. I never spotted one at all, like when with my naked eye when I was in Essex. It's only coming down here, but you say the frequency has gone up because there's about 15,000 of them up there now, so there wasn't many before this. Most of those are Starlink. These are all pretty new there. New camera for Altair there. Altair sent that's oh god, where's it moving to? It was given to a mate of mine there, and he has given it to me to test that. All very exciting, and we would love to do more in the infrared, the full light spectrum. Alan is vaping. Yeah, where the hell's that one coming from? I'm sure it will pass quite quickly, though. I mean, it's moving quickly, and we don't have many clouds in the area, so it will pass us by. It shouldn't be too long. Coming in with the hashtags there. So, guys, you are just joining us. We are doing a live UFO, a UAP Skywatch tonight there. Coming to you live from Wiltshire, I should say, here in the UK, right in the heart of crop circle country, so do help us spot the strange and anomalous there. It was a daylight sighting, no sound, moved with what seemed like more frames per second than anything else. So it moved off there, but it was just so fast you could barely perceive it. Now that is, and again, a daylight sighting, absolutely phenomenal there. How long ago was that one? As per Harco. And any newbies, feel free to tell us any stories. You won't be ridiculed here. Raf, you are very, very right. We love to hear your accounts of the phenomena. Even if it's something strange you're not quite sure about, we would love to hear it there, especially as we're waiting for the action to kick off on a screen. Those clouds, I'm sure, will pass pretty damn quickly. But yeah, we want to hear your accounts of the phenomena, or just say hello. If you've got a question, maybe, ask away. There's no silly questions here at all. I wonder what flavour Alan prefers. Yeah, unicorn, donut, bubblegum, or some sort of weird vape flavour. I wish for everyone to see what I once saw there. No denying that is, I think there's a very natural thing. Is when you've seen something, you know you've had that experience yourself, but society hasn't caught up yet, and you just get those, at the best, the glazed over looks, but at worst, you get direct sort of cynicism or being called a liar there. But I don't think we are that far from having that sort of percentage of people believing sort of tipped. I think it's going to be quite soon. It very much feels like we're on the path now that when that cynicism goes, the skepticism there, I think people are going to find it. Actually, a lot of people they know have had sightings. It's just been socially suppressed. And Liberty, I got lots of cloud here also. Oh damn it, keep it up that way. What does the weather look like? Because when I checked earlier it said it was bloody fine. Bloody weather. I shouldn't get mad at the weather. I can't control it. But I do. Right, let's have a look. Have a look here. Right, at least it's saying no rain at the second. Don't have a fight like that. Oh! Oh, you bastard. Yeah, those clouds come from somewhere. It's meant to be cloud-free. Right, okay. That's a pain in the ass. Let me adjust the setting and see if we can still get some of those bright. Just going to make the clouds brighter there, but where's the balance on this? No. Oh, okay, we can still see the movement as you see the look behind the cloud. So it's not going to stop us there. We'll just have to lump it. We were promised a clear sky tonight. You bastard. Oh, well, it goes along with everything else that it's going wrong. It's one of them days today. I had the computer in bits earlier trying to get it working there. And Danny there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? And guys, make sure you're following, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you are, because we do this basically every night. Clear skies, it's this, or when we think it's clear skies, it's the UFO UAP Skywatch. Cloudy nights, we do an alien radio signal hunt there. We search what is called the hydrogen line. That is the channel on the dial where scientists theorize that if ET's out there, it's where they'd put the message, hello, is anybody else out there? It's where the wow signal was heard. Oh, the cloud does seem to be thinning. Maybe we're going to get lucky there. So yeah, do make sure you're subscribed or whatever it is, and then you should get those notifications when we go live. Carl is in. How are you doing? And Baritone as well. My wife and I watched an object with 3 lights slowly rotating as it went overhead. about 1,000 feet there. We live close to a very small airport and see small planes all the time. So yeah, you know what small planes look like. You know, you've got that intuitive sense there if you've seen them all of that time. Again, something like rotating like that, and in speed, if it's slow enough, that is very strange. And where is this camera roughly? So good to have you in. Not Devon, Adam. It's we're in Wiltshire, right in the heart of crop circle country. So a little town called Warminster, which is where there's a big UFO, a UAP flap in the 60s and 70s. It doesn't get much attention, but it bloody well should, because it was the only encounter that I know of that it wasn't just like one or two events. No, this was consistently over 10 years. Like, people would travel internationally here and just every weekend do like a skywatch, and they would get consistent sightings. It's insanely busy. These parts of the skies, and I think if I actually proper saw something, I would be excited. Also, maybe, holy shit, I sent it 100% would be me, and you'll be able to see that when I'm doing when we do another on location. Me go full Scooby-Doo. But the government can control it there. I wonder by how much, though. Like, I think they know a lot more than they're telling us, but by how much there? Any luck there, Sword Lord? Well, we're just fighting the clouds again tonight. It's promised to be cloudy. But we're on, so I'm counting that as lucky, especially the issues we had on the computer today there. Alan is vaping zero gravity grape there. Alan now wants his own line of vape flavours, be very trendy, like that one. Paddy as well there, thank you for the follow, or where are you joining us from tonight there? Hamo as well, good to see you in there. Kendrick as well, thank you for the follow as well. And Carl, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Or give subs, Patreon members, all that jazz does go back into the stream there. Loving the hashtags, May I appreciate that. And yeah, okay, now I think we are up to date across the board there. Right, yeah. So do, guys, as you're coming in there, let us know where you're all watching from. Ask any questions, tell us your stories. We want to hear all of that one whilst you're waiting for the action. So might have a little bit more cloud than we expected tonight, but I think behind that cloud is going to be fantastically clear. So do help us spot. Oh, that's a fast one. Look, coming up the middle there. Should we zoom in?
Zoom mode activated.
So, right, we're going to see lots of things like this tonight there. We need it to know for sure that it is something strange. We need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course or trajectory. That will tell us that it is not one of the many man-made satellites that are flying around up there. But until then, we won't know. But even if it doesn't do those things, doesn't mean that it's not. It just means that we can't say for sure. We are asking quite a lot of ET to realise he's left his keys at home right over the camera and do that interstellar handbrake turn. So yeah, do help us spot. It could just be that last minute change before it goes off stream there. And Patty, Oklahoma, I love that as well. Have you seen anything strange yourself there? And A up there, evening all. Sorry, I'm like, no worries, A up. I hope you're okay. How's your Sunday been? And where are we? Gaza, good to see you there as well. And Boomslayer, and we're getting the crew in. We're getting the crew in now. Right. What was that force scented? Oh, look how blue that one is. Look.
Zoom mode activated.
That's crazy blue. That's almost Vega blue. The bluey purple there. Look at these two together. Just buddies hanging out there. Solar systems that closer by to each other. So all of these dots that we're seeing tonight, the ones that were visible to us, the vast majority of these are other stars like our sun. Some bigger, some smaller, some hotter, some cooler, but they're all big fusion reactions are burning away with their own planets that we now know in orbit around them there. So look, if we just pick this bright one over here, like, you know, not sure what it is, how far away it is there, but most likely there are going to be many planets floating around that in orbit. And again, you can just imagine, couldn't you, that one of those has life. Looking back to that faint pale dot that is the light from our star, wondering if there is life here. What we're getting, the early data, because we're only just about getting the technology now to see these exoplanets, as they're called, that are orbiting these other stars. And we're getting ever so slightly being able to see them, and when we're looking, there's a hell of a lot of them, so most of them are probably going to have it, but we're just about able to scan their atmospheres to see what gases may be present there, and it's looking like there is a lot of gases there that, as far as we know, can only be made by biological life. Liberty, I've got a pic of something strange that I'm going to share out in the Discord. Oh, thank you, Liberty. Appreciate that one. Guys, if you want to check that one out, or just generally on the Discord, really cool. Got your personal experiences section, which is full of your first-hand accounts with the phenomena there. Images and videos too. Oh, why is my little button broken? Yeah, so you're going to be stuck looking at Alan now. No, there we go. It eventually came around to it. There's computer issues. But yeah, images and videos too. So do join there. Should have the link in the bio for that one. I want to check that one out there. No, not too much light pollution where I am. I love to hear it. So I came from a very urban area there. Just didn't pay attention to the sky because there was just so much of it. Oh, we've got an interesting one.
Zoom mode activated.
Now, again, doesn't look how orange that is compared to the ones that we have seen. Look at that. Now, it doesn't say for sure that it is something anomalous there, but that coloration is key. They do think that basically how these craft may be working, they would basically create, as it moves, a layer of plasma around the outside of craft there, ionized plasma, which to us is a brilliant orangey red color. So maybe we're literally witnessing the propulsion right there. We can't say for sure, but it is interesting. And yeah, but I hadn't seen much until moving to the country there, so you're definitely in the right place for it if you've not got much light pollution there. And loving the moonlight on the clouds. My Sunday has been lovely and lazy. I like to hear it there, and I hope as well. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. The super chats there all goes back into the stream, which I think at the minute we're going to need to do because the computer's having a sulk. But thank you. Where are we? Where did we get to? Down there. Oh my god, it's the point where the chat is now jumping ahead on me. Right, I'm going to have to default over to here. How do I... Where's my little thing? There it is. To the Discord. Loving the moonlight. XM there. Check yourself for ticks too. Just pulled a Lone Star tick off me. I'm glad the rascal didn't latch on. Oh, ticks. Not too... Oh, good use of the interactive grid there. What was that one? Oh, there is one there. There's a faint one. Good spotting. And Amanda there. 2 in a B3. Again, I was a bit slow to that party. But oh yeah, look, there's 2 about to converge, and there's a bright one coming in. It's getting quite active in spite of the cloud there. He squished it there. C2, big flash. Keep up the good work there. And loving the stickers there. Up. Feed him. I'm glad they're on the tubes now. I mashed the like button, but I flushed the tick down the toilet. I can't mash. Ooh. Some other bugs there. I'm not a fan of bugs. Do not want to meet a mantis type alien that people talk about there. And eyes on the skies exactly there, Mayor. And 4N there. Buenos noches, how are you doing? Where are you joining us from tonight? And Nitchoid there. I saw a black blurry oval-shaped craft coming in and out of a cloud. And when I told my dad where I looked, it disappeared. That ties in with a lot of stories. This disappearance there, how that sort of behaves there. Where in the world was that? That is a fascinating sighting. Thank you for sharing it there. And Tank, how are you doing there? Not on this one, Tank, sadly. Not on this Tank. Something that's on our to-do list. But other things keep breaking and getting in the way. And Boosla, I miss living in the country side. It was so dark you could see everything. Honestly, coming from those light-polluted skies to the country, it just blew my mind seeing how awesome it is. Kate is in. How are you? The feral settled. And the one in C3 doesn't look like it's flying straight. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I just got around to that one. I did look at it for a second. But sadly, I should have zoomed in that one. Sorry, guys. Right, okay, if the interactive grid's used, I will try to come over to it and zoom in on those ones. Liberty in community and interesting things. Perfect for that one. I'll have a look at that one later there. Thank you, Liberty, for that one over on the Discord. Look, what's that going upwards? I mean, lots of activity tonight there. Haggis, how are we doing? And Niches Tamworth. Okay, first from Tamworth. Good to have you in there. Samantha as well there in Southampton. Not too far down the road from us here. What's that? Grand Rising there. And it's gone now. And do you know Paralegal on YouTube? No, I don't know that one, sadly. Planet Terror, how goes the day? It's good to see you there, Haggis. It goes. It's been one of them days there. Ferals are settled, and I got distracted by Outlander. I nearly did with, what's that new series? Is it the Boroughs? Is it an Amazon one there that's a bit alien-y? I was literally like, oh god, I've got 5 minutes, better get on the stream as well. But yes, that's a good point there, App, as well. Guys, put the grid references in, and then if they're good, the mods will press the button there, illuminating it and getting my attention to it, and I will zoom in on those ones. So Adam, so the mods have got the control button for it at the minute. So yeah, you just got to drop the grid in, and then the mods will, if it's anomalous enough, they'll highlight it to there. Good spot in there, XM as well. And 4N, thank you for the follow there as well. Good to have you in. He's in your state there and has a similar cam set. Oh, really? I'll have to have a look for him there. Sounds cool. Oh, still some tips. Loving the boroughs. It's getting good on episode 3. Literally just onto episode 3 now. Literally. So yeah, it is. I wasn't sure in the beginning, but it has hooked me. I've started watching that and I've not been paying attention. This is good. It didn't have me initially, but it was good there. Don't miss the funny the alien faces in the clouds. There is a few people been saying that lately. I moved from Dallas, Texas to the small East Texas town there. The sky's amazing there, Baritone. It's going to be quite the difference from a city. And personally, yeah, it made all the difference. I never paid attention before. Are you aware they disabled? They do niche, but they also have turned them on. On one occasion that we know of, they have reported it, and lots of people, it's not just once or twice that they've been interfering with those missiles there. Most of the time, I should say, they turn them on, they disable them, they mess with the things. But there is one case which is really interesting from Ukraine during the old Cold War era there, when it was still Soviet. They apparently turned the sequence on, which you go, are they just showing, still flexing, saying, look, this is what we can do? Or, you know, they got something more nefarious involved. And Golden Valley, how are you doing there? Reminds me of some lunatics who say mashed potatoes instead of mashed ones there. Got banned from Twitter for that. I'm not surprised. Some of my mods can't be asked with the grid, naming no names there. It's a side-eyed meme there, Raph. It's alright, it's always optional. He's got the great zoom on his cat. Oh yeah, no, we do not have. We've got digital zoom. I'm literally zooming in on the screen. The problem is that, so I'll be interested to know how he's achieving it, because what I found with the lenses is you can either let in light or you can have like a zoom ability, and you know it's a bit of a trade-off unless you've got thousands for a lens, which I have not got. But I have to check that one out. Thank you for the heads up there. They're watching us from the cloud's probably quite literally there. Are vampires real? Living light. So this is the thing. When you start to look at the alien stuff and you go, actually, look, there does seem to be something to this. What about the rest of that shit? Vampires, giants. I mean, the giants is one that does look like it is real as well, you know. You go, what the hell is going on? Is it all real? Is there all something to this? Dragons? You know, I'm open to it now. I haven't seen specifics on it, but you never know. But you will not allow it there. Oh, keeping us from blowing the whole world up. This is it. What is their plan? That is possible. We haven't blown ourselves up, and you'd think, wouldn't you, how long we've had nukes, that we probably would have. So maybe that is a sign that they have got these intentions. I wouldn't want to assume it by default there, but ticks are vampires. Well, yeah, they are in that sense. And vampires are actually a real... I honestly, the world does seem to be very, very strange. It's not this a linear, boring narrative, is it, that the mainstream will push there. Right forward, 70 watching and 40 thumbs up there. Smash the likes. Thank you, Raph. And we do appreciate that, guys. It is the likes and the shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. And the more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. You never know who's going to come in, discover us because of that, and then you know, share their experience with the phenomena. Not sure about Dracula, but energy vamps are an absolute. I mean, I've met a few people like that. And John there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And New Orleans has legit stories from around the 1800s. I mean, I know it's got a long, like, cultural links to it there, but I haven't looked into it. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised. This is the thing. I'm at that point now, like, especially even just the mainstream stuff, like the Epstein stuff there, you're going, what isn't real now? There seems to be for all of it. And do you do any deep space stuff? Not at the moment. Oh, yes, and it does witchcraft as well. Again, I'm willing to believe all of it now. So not at the moment, but at some point we might be able to, if we're lucky. We're in negotiations at the minute there, that we have a telescope at the same time. So essentially we have this cam and then go, right, oh, we're looking at this star. Let's really look at this star, you know, like, and bounce between the two. No smoke about fire, scented 100%, and there seems to be something burning with a lot of these things there. New Orleans witches as well, and Carl as well. Vampires are real. My partner Donna is hanging upside down as we speak. No garlic for dinner then, Carl. You're going to get clipped around the ear for that one. What's he saying about you, Donna? John as well from Scotland. Love it. Again, your skies are incredibly alive. That is something that did blow my brains. I thought doing this stream, we're going to get, most of the people we're going to get in are going to be from, you know, the UK and Ireland, maybe a bit on the continent there. And so I thought probably, if anything, we might see more sightings from England out of that lot, because more population, you know, so statistically you're going to see more of the numbers there, but it'll be an equal spread, but, you know, there. But no, it's Scotland and Ireland seem to be by far the most active places. Then Wales is coming up pretty close to that. England, very few. I mean, you get them, but nowhere near as much as the others. I'm a Bigfoot I'm in Bigfoot country, so yeah. I mean, Bigfoot is another one that is, you know, interesting. I mean, I would not write any of this stuff off. And Naughty there, yo nerds, how are you doing, Naughty? Right, let me scroll down to here. The Lost Boys, best family. Raf, guess what? I haven't seen it. It's been on my list for years. I'm going to make the effort. I might even do it after this stream, actually. And Jambo Earthlings, how are we doing, camping? Mr. Mazungu is here. Oh, this is your other channel. Well, good to have you in there, Mr. Mazungu. I totally get the pronunciation. Mazungu? No, that is close, I hope. There. Albert, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks.
All goes
guys.
back into the stream, helping us improve what we do. And Jupiter and Venus are moving closer now. 1 week until they appear side by side in the sky. Would be good to have a look if the sky is clear. If it's clear, I want to see that. Yeah, I mean, it'd be 2 dots for us with this camera, but it'd be pretty cool. And Chevrolet, is that where you are there? I'm from Chevrolet, love it. And where are we to here? My good, YouTube is so broken. Honestly, Tank, TikTok is worse. 1,000 times worse. Who does a witchcraft? I know people that dabble in it there. Adam, the Dwarf Mini. So actually, it's Dwarf that we're talking to. I can't, you know, say it yet at the minute, but we are talking to the Dwarf people. So it's what we want. And Jumbo's very, where are we there? Oh, flashing in a B2. Amanda, right, B2. Right, I've got my eye on that one. I'm going to see if we get a repeat of that one. Keep it up there. That flashing, if we see a flash from the same part of the sky, it's very anomalous. Very anomalous if we see it multiple times from the same patch of the sky. Everything should be moving, should be in motion there. Was it XM was YouTube last night as well? And we all fall there. We are really, and we really know nothing about aliens there. There are super Earths the size of the sun with aliens. So I find it absolutely fascinating. Like we do know absolutely nothing. Just about the universe in general. It's going to be so much weirder than we can ever expect. And Gaza as well gifted a membership. Thank you, Gaza, for that. It's very, very kind of you there. And Moon, you got it there, so you'll be able to join us for our deep dives. And at the minute, obviously, the old government, US, are not leaking, but they're releasing all these files. So we're going through those in real time for our deep dives with you guys when they come out. So you'll be able to join us for those ones, plus watch all the past ones back. Is my little system going to change back there? So thank you for that one, Gaza. Very, very kind of you. And it all goes back into supporting the stream. But super Earths are interesting because they do think that if something is massive enough, and a super Earth would probably be quite massive because mass is more density rather than size, that, you know, it's not much more gravity than we experience now that would stop us from ever getting off with conventional rockets there. So, you know, would they ever be able to leave a planet with that much gravity? Very damn autocorrect. Oh, Caribou? What was that? And there has been issues with all social media apps. I have questions there. Maybe this across the board. It's hard to know when we've got some errors on this end. Milton Keynes has a fair few things going on. Really, Milton Keynes? I wouldn't have thought, but then again, I fall into this trap a lot. I think of it's like a new build house. You wouldn't expect it to be haunted, but it doesn't mean there's nothing going on the land at all or objects within it and stuff. But I immediately assume, you know, so same with Milton Keynes. I wouldn't have thought, but maybe. What's in particular? Give us some detail. I want to hear some of those. You don't want to know what I said, just to say, oh, God. Okay, are you going to clip that? Golden as well, whoop, good to see you there. And John in Scotland, just on the edge of the Dark Sky Observatory in Galloway Forest. I bet you've got some fantastic skies. Have you ever seen anything strange? Oh, best film ever, as that was Lost Boys there. Oh, we've got some gaps coming out behind those clouds. How you doing, Adam, as well? She said I better keep one eye open when I go to sleep later. So right, you'll hear her coming as you hear the coffin door open, so you'll be fine. And all four there, we are really, no, I did that one already. Love a bit of Sasquatch in there. I mean, I'm curious. I'm Sasquatch curious. And whoever does witchcraft will lose their place in the afterlife. So don't do it, guys. I mean, I don't know how much any of our interpretations are going to be correct with these things. Like, I mean, I wouldn't want to meddle with things I don't understand. But I think that there's probably going to be like one interpretation of what's good and what's bad. It can be very, very confusing. Why isn't it big feet? That is a good point. Why isn't it how is Bigfoot? And our community just teared up there, Albert. Well, hey, thank you there for that one, guys. And Tank, wow, I know, right? F up there. You haven't seen Lost Boys. I've seen clips there. Honestly, I know it's meant to be very, very good. I've wanted to see it for so long. I just never got around to it there. Time me out for that one. You're the one that moaning on the video without my voice on it. You said, man, I was born into it. Yes, the vampire movie El Conde there, Netflix was interesting. Oh, not seen that one either. Who mentioned a ticks there just now? I got eaten alive by mozzies last night. Wild camping. That's the problem with nature, isn't it? I love a bit of nature, but I don't like it when it loves me. I listen to Coast, George Norrie, and I've heard just about every UFO abduction there is. I do like a bit of Coast to Coast. I'm still very much an Art Bell fan. Not just the knowledge that gets shared, but it's the vibe of it. I missed that one. Well, raised by some very wise crones. I like that way of putting it there. That's why I do what I do. I mean, some of these things are passed down there. You think of how society filters these things out. It's the only way that knowledge can be transferred, isn't it there? Release it all. I think they may have to do it. I wouldn't take it for granted. But Coast goes from Katox there. Where are we? Do you go live at dusk at any point there? The angle catches things really well. Adam, you know what? I've not done that. I haven't done that yet. Part I'd like to, but there's this. I have to keep then changing the settings on the camera and the lens and stuff like that. It's a right pain in the arse as it's getting darker. So I normally have to wait for a certain point. But if we can get a smart scope or something, then maybe that would automatically account for that. So we could have some playing around with that. I don't know Katox there, sadly, Gaza. Sadly, Mayor there, but hello, Gaza, seeing the thumbs. And, I mean, a magician, in Arabic there, or sorcerer, yeah, that sort of thing, yeah. Honestly, I mean, don't mess around with what you don't know. But years, I mean, every culture talks of people practicing this sort of stuff, don't they? The community there, Kate, on our Route 66. I think our government knows more than they may. 100% tank, 100%. I don't know how much, though, because I do think that one of the biggest reasons that we're not getting the disclosure is that they don't know enough. It's maybe, look, yeah, it's anomalous. They're coming from somewhere, lads. Probably space. But, yeah, not much we can do about it. And that's never a good line for a government. So that might be the reason why it has, been kept a secret there. I think they know more, but I don't think they know enough more to slam dunk in there. And Brian, Milton Keynes has loads of UFOs. There's a one parked in every roundabout. It's a hotspot. Just the usual strange light patterns. So, but they are strange. And we see them, don't we, on the stream here? And we're like, all right, what next? How can we tell what that is? Is it ET flying as it goes by? Is it some sort of strange weather phenomenon or something like that? It's hard to take it to the next level. And Jacqueline there, thank you for the follow. Good to have you in. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And Carl definitely is. I've just opened the window for her and said feel free to fly. Like that. It's going to be a running joke now. You've got to just surround yourself with salt and you'll be all right for the night there. Don't give her permission to come in. M to the C, how are you doing there? Loving the stickers. Where do we get to? It's jumping ahead. And Rich there, what they say about big feet. Yeah, in fact, Rich, when they've why is it Bigfoot and not Big Schlong or something like that? Because can't be honest. That's what we would name it. Big bollocks. That's what we would call it, wouldn't it? There. And Ian as well. How are you doing there? And Scented that I watched it once there, The Lost Boys. Sorry, I know I saw the beginning and the end, and I fell asleep in the middle. Well, at least you could probably infer the middle bit there. Lost Boys is good. I've heard it is very good. Where are we? There. I've been listening to Coast since 1996 there. It's been very, very useful, isn't it? They're getting some of that information out when we didn't have things like the internet before there. I watch a lot of the old shows back on the tubes. People have put them up there. Watch out for the Bill Gates ticks. I know. God, the world that we live in, guys, at the minute. It really is, isn't it? Hubs makes fun of me for having not watched The Lost. Really? Well, Kate, me and you the same there. Milton Keynes is is mostly officially haunted space. Officially haunted space in the UK. That's it. That is very good there. Yeah, I'll give you that. Where did we get to there? And Charlie, how are you doing? And thank you for the follow there. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight, and we're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. There are lots of weird and wonderful things in these skies, so do help us spot the strange and anomalous, and put your grid references into the chat there, and then the mods will highlight if they are anomalous enough. Then we can zoom in on the really interesting stuff. So we want to see the things that are moving, right? There's the one going across the screen right now. We want to see those two, them stop dead, sure for speed, change their course or trajectory. Something like that will tell us for sure that it is in fact something a lot stranger than a man-made object up there. But it is rarer. We have to wait. We have to watch them all perfectly cross the sky to get it there. If I call the Ghostbusters. Obviously amazing film. And you're a fat earth there, Tank. I like, oh, B2. Good spot in there, Adam. Let's have a look at the red light. Ooh, let's keep a good spot for that one. And B1 fast Amanda as well. And DXR there. So what's that? Don't read the comments. No, I have to read the comments. There's a lot of them. I see things, Adam. What have you seen? And Brian, Milton Keynes is like the backrooms. Honestly, some of them are quite like that, aren't they? There is that weird vibe to a lot of places like this, like that, the modern ones. I grew up in Basildon, which was another sort of new town. I mean, it's so been developed now that there's not much of that sort of left now, but it's just this weird, the whole thing was a liminal space, especially at 3 in the morning. That was a weird place there. Oh, that was a flash on the screen there. Milton Keynes has its fair UFO roundabouts, but also in the sky. Keep up the good spot in there, Olivia. Red flash, I can't see it on my screen. I have got one eye on the screen, so I'm looking out for the anomalies, but I couldn't see that one yet. Keep it up, though. If I can spot it, we can zoom in on it. The black ball, where is that? Was that Milton Keynes, man? Everything is compartmentalized there and stovepiped. Yeah, that's how they work. Hope you're all having a carefree night there, Charlie. Thank you very much. We are very much. We're having a good time. Look, the sky's out. You guys are here. We're looking for the anomalies. What more could we want to there? And Sword, it's a good night for it. It was meant to be less cloudy, but at the minute it's not stopping us, so we'll deal with it. Just notice that actually we can see 3 planets, Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury, in case, and just outside Gemini image in Discord. Oh, awesome. Thank you for that. Check that one out, guys. Link in bio for the Discord there. And Janie, thank you for the gifts. How are you doing? I may prove it in a way everyone can see and do it. Yeah, no matter what it is, I've got to figure it out for myself. There, I need to see it. I don't trust no one. Big bollocks there, leaving prints in the mud instead of the good old big footprint. It's the 2 big footprints there scented, but then there's like a drag mark in between them. He would be grouchy. Speaking of, you can catch a wider sky view over on the tubes. You can actually there have a look. This is what it looks like. The sky's up the right way. More of it, less of me, and all sorts of extra contextual analysis are there going on, all that other data. So do pop on over there to see a better view at the thing UFO. And where are we? There. It's like iconic. How come George Norrie? I can't afford a Google. What's that? Radio don't pay much, probably. Bill Gates is the mother tick there. Yeah, he is getting on my wick, he is, of his behaviour. The Breakfast Club. I've seen the Breakfast Club. Long time ago now. Did you visit the new crop circle? Not yet, John, not yet. No, I haven't got wheels at the minute, so I haven't managed to get out much at the second. And today was firefighting. I've had our streaming computer in bits. It's still actually partly in bits, but I thought best not put it all back together because I'll only have to take it apart again. It doesn't seem to have fully fixed the problem, so it's going to be support tomorrow and potentially a new hard drive, which is expensive and a pain in the arse. Where are we? There. Janie's in. Good to see. Art Bell, what a legend. Gaza, 100% legend. Sorely missed there. That was a bug. Oh. I thought I saw a red flash, but I've not seen anything since. We can get one-off flashes. I mean, this thing, red's interesting, though. We do have a couple of spicy pixels on the camera, which occasionally, when it's like that perfect red, like a YouTube red, then probably the camera's causing that. But, well, actually, is it in there now? in A. It'll be in A2, I think. If it's just next to that star in A2, maybe, yeah, that is a pixel there. But keep up, because red flashes, they can be anomalous if it's not the pixel. Friend there was the guy that called into Coast to Coast from Area 51. Was there ever debunked as, oh, the guy who's flying into Area 51, or claimed to be flying into Area 51? It's got to be, hasn't it, there? How chat. There. Eyes on the skies, exactly. Oh, Bronte. Oh, in Bronte country, very picturesque. Is the odd-sounding disruptions just me? Or does anyone else get... You know, it might be our Discord. Hold on. There you go. They should be stopped now. Depends which computer's picking up that sound. Where are we? Let me scroll through. You can just imagine it. Poor Bigfoot there. How are we doing, Rachel? And, oh, you did it. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do, Kate? Scented there. That's no excuse for UFOs. No excuse. UFOs don't have wheels either. Managed to get down there. Paralegal has a better zoom, but you have a better setup with more info. I've not got the info. It's your info, guys, that you're sharing with us there. I wouldn't mind a proper good zoom. When we get one of those really interesting ones to be able to zoom in. But we are working to say on getting on the smart telescopes, which will be able to do that sort of thing. Hopefully next week we can lock that one in. Spicy pixels. I use spicy to mean, like, you know, conflict and difficulty, but apparently you guys have been spending too much time on Book Talk. You and Kate have been hanging out. It's got a very different sort of term there. And Anna there, thank you for the sub. Where are you joining us from tonight? Good to have you in. Guys, if you are new here, do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from. There, I'm working my way through the chat slowly. But yeah, help us spot the anomalies there. I said if they're interested, put the grid in the chat. If they are anomalous, the mods might highlight the grid, and then we can zoom in on the really interesting stuff there. But we're looking for those moving objects to stop dead, shoot off at speed, change their course or trajectory. Flashing, coloration can be interesting too, so do help us spot those. But yeah, make sure you're following, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you are, because we're on pretty much every night. Clear skies, it's the UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch. Cloudy nights, we do the alien radio signal hunt, and we search what is called the hydrogen line, the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize that if ET's out there, this is where they put the message. Hello, is anybody else out there? It's where the wow signal was heard as well there. He has no IR yet though. That is, so we can get this camera to see the infrared and the ultraviolet, but I've got to send it off to a chap. A, I need the pennies to do it, and B, if we send this off, then we've got no stream. So I'm kind of like, but we're slowly fixing everything, slowly. So at some point that will be the last thing to do. So we will get there eventually, but we should see the ultraviolet as well, which will be cool. Oh, Bob Moore, I've not heard of Bob. Eyes in the skies and together, exactly. Janie loving the stickers. More questions on, this is the nature of the phenomena, isn't it? There are just more questions. We get a little bit of information, then we need a little bit more. And Grandmaster there. So Lord Lucan, Elvis, and Bigfoot walk into a bar. Lord Lucan doesn't get the shout, I don't think, that he needs to, out of all of the, you know, where did they go, what happened. So it's an underdeveloped one there. Spicy Book Talk special. Oh, what was that on there? Oh, we got a flasher right on the edge of the screen. I can't. Oh, now let's do this one. Let's do it. There, can you see it there, guys?
Zoom mode activated.
So it's flashed a few times. The interesting thing is that when they don't repeat, when the flashing pattern is different enough that it's not, they're very repetitive, that can be actually quite anomalous. So you see how that's occasionally bright. If that's tumbling, each tumble, each turn should be the same, you know, the brightness or whatever it is, you know, bright, dim, bright, dim, bright, dim. It should be the same pattern essentially there. But if it's a variable pattern, that can be anomalous, can be very anomalous indeed. So sadly it wasn't on the screen for too much there. I took it apart. I did. It's still in bits. I'm literally looking at screwdrivers and nuts and bolts all over the floor. And yeah, it looks like we need a new bloody hard drive. So they're giving us a duff one, even though it's only 6 months old. Spicy Book Talk special. Alan's got his own Book Talk channel. Makes me cringe. I'm doing good. Glad to hear it there. Surprisingly, for once, they're concentrating on my droids. And sometimes that is the way to do it, isn't it there? Going for a bong there, Brian. Love it. And out there, did anyone see the massive meteor in the US there? Sonic boom and a fireball. Like the Russian one. Is it Chelyabinsk, that one? A few years ago. Link in the... I have not seen that one now. That is phenomenal. They happen quite rarely. It means we're going for a spicy patch of sky. My knees are going. It's an age thing. Where are we there? Not complaining. Oh, no, don't worry. No. It's on our to-do list, very much so. I really, really want to. The problem is I'm a gadget person, if you hadn't understood there. So I don't need much convincing to go and buy new things. Luckily, I haven't got any money to do it, and that stops me. But that was a very hard brick wall I ran into there. And now we're at a point and go, oh, I really need a new hard drive to keep the streaming computer working. But we'll figure it out. Life throws these things. I am now going to sleep, guys. Our scented, no worries. We'll catch you in later there and send my wow signals to Zeds. Wow signals. Perfect. They're wow songs, not wows. Wow. Oh, it does sound the same. Rest up. We'll catch you later on in the week there. We'll push through. We're going to get there. Not many days till disclosure day. Hopefully the real one, not long after it as well there. The film, I'm looking forward to, though. Oh, collaborate. Tank, I would, yeah, I'm definitely interested. I'm going to need to write that name down, though, because I will forget. Oh, bloody thing. Where's my cursor? And I'm religiously holding it down tight on the chat so it doesn't jump ahead of me. No wonder it's not on my bloody other screen. Idiot. There, hold on. Is it paralegal? Right. There was a guy, is it I don't know what his name was now. I don't think it's paralegal, but he was on TikTok as well. It's para something in the US. I haven't seen him for a while though, but I haven't been on TikTok to watch. Right, let's have a look. Where do we get to in the chat? Catch you later there, Scented. And will it go back to where it was? Will it? Yeah. And that was a defo, not a repeating pattern of the flasher. Exactly, A-Up. And again, after watching that, what you watched that gave us the ideas there? Oh, that's a bright one on the screen there in D2. Again, if you're on the TikTok, you probably can't see that one. I'm blocking it. So you want to check the YouTube out for that. It's a very, very bright one. Not doing anything strange yet, other than the fact that it's so bright. Like crazy bright, actually. I am going to zoom in on that one.
Zoom mode activated.
That is. Look at how bright that one is. See, it's not done anything anomalous that we can say slam dunk, but that was very, very bright. I don't think we've seen one like that tonight. As well. So where it's definitely not a repeat. Definitely not there. So it is under warranty, but it's in that sort of like that they might just want to take the whole computer back, and then we're buggered for however long it takes them to check it out and stuff. So I'm like, that's not ideal. We won't be able to stream for days if they do that. So I'm hoping they just send us out a new hard drive and I'll swap it over. Hopefully. And hoping that is the problem. It's the closest I can nail it down. And Obsession's got over 3 hours of orbs over Jersey last night. This is the thing. There is so much data out there. And your Tank, I think you've got probably the most experience with this with the cameras that you've monitored there. There is just so much activity that there must be multiple things going on, because this is far more activity than just, the extraterrestrial hypothesis there. I mean, we've got to be looking at the plasmoids and stuff to account for all of this. Where did we get to? What's that? So have you a pet dog? I can hear a dog walking on wood flooring. Oh, in Edward. No, we don't have a dog. No, just the parrots. So no, I can't hear a dog. Not ghost dog. They're not allowed in the house. Neighbour's got a dog. Albert there. Thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
Where did we get to? Keep jumping ahead on me. I think they were on the stickers. Rachel, they are. They did build a T-shirt. Where are we? Ah, yeah, because I haven't seen him on this. So if he's on the tubes now, yeah, because I did see. There was one guy, and I wanted to know what lens he had, because he had a fantastic lens, fantastic, like the clarity of it. It might be him. Is his profile picture like a cow being abducted, and it's green? Because that might be the one. What was it? Where did we get to? Let me scroll through. The most interesting thing. Oh, Adam, I'm not sure. There are a few. We saw the black triangular shape with the lights in the corners blocking out the stars as it went. That was a pretty cool, because that was the shape of the craft. But the big bright orange thing, that was crazy. That I have no idea what that was. I think probably that should be pinned at the top of our TikTok page there. And Bigfoot and an alien walked into a bar. Nobody believed the witnesses. Yeah. And then those witnesses couldn't be employed because they told their employers. And one of them ended up dead. I love all of the different colours to that one. Honestly, when you zoom in, you get that, like the way the light refracts. It's stunning. Stunning? Jesus, Sam. Ian as well. Do you think if aliens talk to us telepathically, that it locks us to reply, as we only use 10% of our brain? So, if we can hear it, it implies that we have the other part of the process, doesn't it? But maybe it's like a muscle. Maybe, like, you need to practice it. A lot of the people in the community do talk about there is something in that area, some sort of connection there that, could well be at play. Or A3. Looking at that one. That's a good one. Good spot in there. Oh, and Moon at Noon, thank you for the super chat. That's very, very kind of you there. Appreciate that all goes back into the stream. But maybe, I think we're just scratching the surface of what could be possible, Ian there. So it's a very, very cool question. Plasmoids are very colourful too, Rachel. I am looking forward to when that is accepted, and there's a lot more research on it there, because the plasmoids are a really, really strong contender for a lot of what we see in this phenomena. Bigfoot and aliens are only celebrities. Are the only celebrities who can walk past paparazzi unnoticed? Yes. Did you hear? Where are we? An opossum? No, we don't have possums here. R4, how are you doing there? Hello, mate. Cloudy Skies here again tonight there. How are you seeing me? We've seen lots of, we just had a really bright, beautiful one at the minute there, R4. Don't know if you might just call it. But yeah, we were told no clouds tonight. No clouds during the day, and then bam, clouds. Which is very, very frustrating there. Pete as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, if you are new here, do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight. And ask any questions that you may have there. No silly questions here, as we love to hear it from you guys. Whether it's what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, or if you've got an experience with the phenomena, do let us know there. Again, whilst we're waiting for the action to happen, would love to hear about your accounts there. Whipped at there, I've got 13,000 plus hours researching alien plus UFO phenomena areas, ancient architecture and lost civilizations. The UFO sightings in 2026 are very peculiar. Huge uptake in reports. Honestly, it feels like it's building up. We have to try and account, though, for the thing is that a lot of people now, where it's becoming more popular, more people are hearing about it, and if more people hear about it, take it more seriously, that becomes an option for them when they have those sightings. So it's not just the case that people would have seen the lights in the skies and reported them before, but previously, if they didn't believe at all with UFOs, it wouldn't enter their head that that could be a possibility. So there is going to be this observation bias there. So that explains why we're going to see some of an increase, but also it still feels like a bloody lot. It feels like it's building up, doesn't it? But what to do? It's still a cool thought though. Yeah, eyes on the sky. Exactly, Rachel. And James, I only caught a glimpse of that big white light moving fast. Was that a UFO? So, James, good question. Oh, a little teeny shooting star there. We don't know. We don't know. So that one didn't do anything that was slam dunk UFO. There's a lot of man-made satellites up there, and like the one that's going through the middle of the screen right now, it's quite faint. What square is that in? Is that in B2, I think, at the minute? Or is it B3? B2, B3, oh, just crossing out to B2, they're going to B1. So yeah, that one, that could be a man-made satellite. There's lots of them up there, we can see loads of them. They're reflecting the sun's light back to us. So what we have to do is look out for anomalous movement there. So does it stop dead? Does it shoot off at speed, or change its course or trajectory? Anything like that will tell us for sure that it isn't a man-made satellite there. They just can't do those things. So that one didn't do that we can say for sure. But when you look at them as the night goes on and see how bright, we've got another bright one there. Look in A1. Well done with the grid there. In A1 there. See that one? It's brighter, but it's not as bright as that big bright one we just saw a minute ago. So sometimes you kind of get this gut feeling of it's different, but we can't say conclusively. So it's a good question there, James. I don't... How many are you seeing there, Tank? There shouldn't be... We've turned the ads down as low as possible. Let us know how many you see there, though. See if I can make sure they've not gone back up on some sort of default setting. And that shouldn't have made me laugh. What was that one? One of my orbs are those colours. Really? That's sort of bright, but with all of the colours there. And James as well. Could a Gen Z kids raised on memes transcending language barriers communicate with humanoids, aliens more effectively than scientists with procedure? Oh, James. That is a good question. It raises a lot of how language works. And maybe is the answer to that. I would like to see a study in it, you know, thinking about things in different ways there. That's a very good one. There's definitely something wrong with me. It's because you're here, Kate. We're a bit of bad influence there. It's all gone very quiet on the missing scientists linked to UAPs. That's unless there's, you know, fuel for the fire, it just fades away, doesn't it? Sadly. And whipped out there, out my living room window the other night. Gold/orange orb there, centered from my view, was stationary before moving extremely slow. Ooh, very interesting there again. And like, how could you get, if you're seeing it from your window there, was it high up in the sky, or was it lower down and much closer? And Lee, good evening, mate. There, just a thought. It's a shame nobody have enhanced the spinning top, the weight loss due to its spinning. I've always wanted to have an opposing sources run by an internal car. Oh, what's the rest of that one? I mean, this is a thing, isn't it? That's an interesting angle there. You know, look at these properties. And what else was it? It was the anti-gravitic stuff there. There are certain materials that actually have these weird anti-gravitic properties there, and we can't figure out how they're doing it. And maybe, you know, looking into things like spinning tops and things like that could point to how certain things work. Is it spinning mercury that the Nazis apparently were toying with? Oh, what have I just clicked on there? As part of how their UFOs may or may not have been may or may not have been you know, utilizing that for their propulsion. Pete there as well, thank you for the follow there. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Oh, look at that blue one in A1. Look again, look at the colour on that. Look at that. Just about to leave. Crazy. R4, yeah, I've just called to that, and then looked similar to the ISS there. I've seen on here before, but you never know. So R4, you never know. That one, I think, is a bit small for the ISS, although not necessarily. Where are we looking tonight? This camera would be up. Yeah, so if the ISS is a different sort of angle, but I suppose I think it might be a bit small for the ISS, but it's still quite bright. And the ISS, though, has caught me out on a number of occasions, so it's definitely a possibility. It's like 2 nights in a row I got excited over the same bloody thing there. Loving the stickers there, Carl. And I'm in the Midlands, Pete, where I am. I've seen a few things flying around in the sky. Excellent. What sort of things? Like strange lights? Or have you seen like a craft outline there? Because that's what I really want to see. We did see one triangular one once, but it's not quite as good as that I wanted. 0 Point Energy cover-up is also tied to the UFO things. Well, this is it, isn't it? We can understand the physics of how these craft may be moving. The missing piece of the puzzle is the power supply. Where do you get the energy required for any of these theorized propulsion mechanisms to be able to do this movement there? DJ Spider, hello, how the devil are you? I'm not too far behind in the comments there. I'll have to have a look there, but thank you for the gift, sir. That's very, very very kind. And Kate there as well. Thank you for coming in, feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Where are we there? Anyone seen the doc about the Aboriginal Australians with cave drawings about space that you can't... I have heard, but I haven't seen the documentary directly. There's so many tribes and things like that. Oh, that's a good one there with the grid. Well spotted. But yeah, there's lots of these people that talk about it there. With that, telekinesis is a defo utilized by beings who are able to use all of the brain power humans have been switched off, but some manage it. Some people do seem to be more that way. In fact, they talk about with the greys, they have these nodules maybe on their brains, which might be helping to aid in that ability. To see with the naked eye, that is what I want to do. See, this is live. The camera's about 10 meters in front of me, but there is something very different about being out there with the camera, and hopefully you should see it soon, because we should be going back on location up on the hill soon, and it's a very different experience when you're out there physically with the phenomena. DJ there, hi there, bud. It's budding up to be a full disclosure. It really is, DJ, isn't it? It really is. The minute there, well, I don't think we can take it for granted. Never trust them with their shenanigans, but it really does feel like an exciting time, doesn't it, DJ? Compared to this time last year, literally over a year ago, when we were doing the original stream there, it feels like a very different time. There, and A-Up, loving the flash. He's making use of the stickers there. But have humans switched it off? Yeah, have we actively switched it off, or has it just atrophied? Is it something that we've not focused on? Because this thing, if you stop using a muscle, it just wastes away. It has to be maintained. Anything interesting? We did have a bright one a minute ago, Dave. Not that long ago. Again, didn't do the anomalous movement, but there was something strange. It's just so bloody bright, and it's quite big. And James, that's a good question though. A1 there, Amanda, keep it up. And well, R4, you spotted that one. I think the American government stuff is a lot of misinformation and distraction. It could well be. I don't trust them. I do not trust them. But also, it does feel a bit different this time, if that makes sense. They're all another blue one going through A1 there. Look, we're right on a flight path or something. Look how blue that one is. Not going to be on screen long enough to zoom in on that one, but very cool looking. I feel like we are getting stuff. The first release, I was like, okay, we'll see where it goes, but nothing interesting. Then the second one, there was an incremental improvement to that. I had some questions that were answered by that. So if they keep that up, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt for now, but I don't think we can rely on it by any means at all. Me personally, I've seen 5 non-conventional objects, 3 of which were UFOs since early March. That's quite a good count there since March. And I see them that looks like satellites, but they move left to right and cross paths. So DJ, that again, as we said before, that is that anomalous movement that man-made satellites, they just can't do that sort of stuff. So you're seeing something much more interested there. Much more interesting. Oh, I'm jumping ahead now. Purple, green and blue. What was that one that we had that was flashing as it went through, and each flash was a different distinct red, green, blue, red, green, blue? That one we've not seen before. Oh, look at that one coming out the middle. Speaking of blue, again, the coloration in of itself
Zoom mode activated.
Isn't necessarily anomalous, but how cool is that? We haven't seen colours. I mean, this last week we've started to see a lot of these blue ones, but before that we just hadn't seen them before. Oh, fucking thing. There we go. Zoom out again. Sorry guys, we can actually keep it on the screen. There we go. So it's worth following them. And look, we got obviously one leaving there, 2, 3, 4, 5 faint ones there. You got to spot them. You got to keep your eyes on them, because if they stop dead, even just before they go off of the screen, or the hesitation, shooting off in a different direction, that is the slam dunk evidence that we need. B3 Amanda, good spot. Look at that green one coming in compared to the blue one as well. Very interesting. The sheer ranges of colours tonight. And nanobots are exciting. It might get to the point that we can clean our own bodies, unblock arteries, etc., just like we are brushing our teeth and having a shower. That would be amazing. And look, what's there to stop us? If it doesn't break physics, then it's just a time thing. As long as we don't get wiped out by a comet or something, I think we could get there. What time are we on to? That is a very, very good question. Probably about 1:30. Trying to do 2 hours. So, 22 to 1 or something like that. That's what we're going to be aiming for. But I might forget the time and end up being on longer. We're going to see how we get on. I think they choose who they want to interact. It would make sense as well, in the same way that, anthropologists there, they pick, a suitable candidate, animal that they're observing. They go, right, we're going to tag that one, we're going to do this one. Good spotting that, Albert, as well. I'm a bit late, but keep it up there, because that's how the mods can use the interactive grid. If you put the grid references in and it's anomalous enough, they'll press the button. Oh, I think it's a mutual thing based on frequency, the telekinesis there. Interesting. I like that. I've heard a few stories, where people are flooded with endorphins, and sometimes you're told to not look directly in the eyes of the beings, because that's how they do it. But this mutual part of it, that really reminded me of that, of the desire to look in there, and you're getting that positive reinforcement, and then maybe they can take some control. B3, a red star. Well, I think if it's this one, that one right there is a dead pixel, not dead pixel, but a hot pixel for the camera. But keep up the eagle-eyed spotting there. Hashtag contact, exactly living light. Doesn't feel like we're far off it there, and Amanda coming in with them there. There's one right now going across your sky there, DJ, moving anomalously. Can't get a picture for that. And golden orange orb was above the house opposite me. It caught my attention as I walked past the window, approximately 2300. I thought was a planet or a star, but seemed weird, hence why I started paying attention. And it is, again, this is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for that gut interaction, something telling it to us very subtly that what we're observing is probably strange, even if it looks like it's acting normally. There's something that we pick on down in that gut level. Intuitively, there's something weird about it, and then when you pay attention, it does something strange. The ISS is too far away tonight. Also, definitely on the ISS. I like that one. Thank you out there. Not due over us at all. Too far in the southern hemisphere. And thank you there, Joron. There, and Adam coming in with the gifts. Appreciate all those guys. All the gifts, the subs, the members, the super chats, all that jazz does go back into the stream there, help us improve what we do as well. Oh, and we have, it should work. I don't know if is it TikTokers? Is it showing you our new merch popping up just below the window? It should do, but I can't see it for myself. So we've just launched those ones. There's some t-shirts and some mugs and some hats. They're the boring logo ones, but now there you go. That's the actual art designed t-shirts. Which one am I wearing tonight? I'm wearing one of those. So you can check those ones out too. And if you do, guys, if you do get merch, take a picture of yourself in it, ideally on location, and when it loads, so the computer's having a salt tonight. Okay, I'll turn that off. That's not one, but one isn't working. We can actually bring in all of the pictures of you guys from the Discord there if you post it in the merch showcase chat. Adam, they're definitely seeing things that are not there. Not necessarily. They can be quite faint. In fact, you guys have got OLED screens on most of your phones, though, which are much better than the big screen that I've got here. So sometimes you can actually see things that I can't see. As I'm watching and debating what it is, it started moving east to west. Oh, we got double action going on. Good spot in there. And there, that one down there. East to west there, very slowly, but sped up and slightly appeared to bob up and down very slightly as it went. By now, I was pretty excited there. Bright gold and more orange. Again, that'd be very, very exciting, that one. Did it seem quite large to you, or was it sort of size of the other stars that are visible, or was it much larger? The star is weirdly shaped, or weirdly orange in A2. That is quite a bright one. Might zoom in on that one there. Loving the stickers there, Kate. And mate, trust me, the Disclosure Day movie is our full disclosure. I really do feel like it's part of it. You know, like they're seeding that information, telling us, you know, through narrative form there, and then people are going to know. They're going to have the idea because, you know, that will enlighten them to what might be going on. And then all they've just got to say, haven't they, is, you know, X, Y, Z is real. And we've all got that foundation there. So I'm a big fan that there's something to it. It just seems too perfectly timed. I will hopefully be back before the stream. Before Stormhead's there. Work on those likes, folks. Thank you, Kate. We'll catch you in a bit. They're living light as well. Those passing by with the blue lights are seriously beautiful. Boom, are very good there. Oh, good grid again. Well, it's 3 in a row coming down there. Couple of wisps of cloud there. Same one again. Golden in A1. Group brain chat. The brain Discord. Humans had all sorts of abilities when we were connected to nature. Australian Aboriginals were able to follow ley lines simply by feeling the vibration frequencies. Shamans also have abilities. This is the thing, like science gets a new tool. We do this all the time as humans. That, you know, we get this tool, which is the scientific method, and it is very good. But then they go, right, well, this is the only tool that we're going to use. And then totally ignore all of the rest of the stuff that's out there. And look, I've been quite cynical to a lot of this stuff like throughout my life. Problem is, the more you look into it, you go, fuck, there is a lot of evidence here. So I'm now at the point where default, there's probably something to it. Our man-made stuff is blue. So James is a very good point here. So what's happening is all of those objects that are flying around up there, whatever they are, ET or man-made satellites, they're reflecting that sun's light back to us. So they're far enough off the ground that even though it's dark for us here, they've still got a direct line of sight. And that's the reflection bouncing back down, kind of how the moon's illuminated. And therefore, that's how we're able to see them. So there are certain cases where it's not that these satellites have lights on them, so it's not as if they've got a big red headlight or a big blue headlight or even a white headlight. It's just reflected light. Now, reflected light can adopt colours of the surface, but I don't see how it can reflect the light, in such distinct colours, like with the greens and things like that. There are atmospheric interactions with that light. If it's at a certain altitude, then that light is coming through in the atmosphere. It can appear like green because of that. But, I mean, the ranges that we see, the deep oranges, the deep greens, the bright blues, it's like, really? That's all reflected light? Albert there, good for you following it along there, C4321. So it's good. Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I don't know. Blue ones are beautifully suspicious, Rachel. They're like minty fresh blue. There is something to that colour, that blue, that there's just the only way you can describe it is like a fresh breath. There's something to it there. Earth spins at 1,000 miles per hour, has gravity and magnetic and north-south. Once counterbalanced, balancing magnetic poles, surely the craft can travel at 1,000 miles per hour minimum without moving. So this is, I mean, gets into like all sorts of relativistic sort of things here. But in theory, if they are using a warp drive, then A, they're not moving at all. It's space around them that's moving, and B, they can go basically as fast as they want. Where are we there? Force hard. What? To WTF? The WTF frequency, exactly. How close are you to Stonehenge there? I hope to make it across the pond someday to see it there. Dave, we are about 15 minutes. So, not on a summer's day, though, because the roads are clogged as hell. It's about 2 hours then. But no, if you're in a car, you're about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, so not far at all. There, but this whole landscape is full of stones. I mean, they're not as impressive necessarily as Stonehenge, but there's a lot of big rocks and a lot of patterns everywhere. Like, I tripped over one the other day. I was going for a walk in the woods, and it's just one of those massive stones just sitting there. Boom. So, okay, fancied leaving that one here then, lads. It's a very strange landscape, but if you do come over, you have to give us a shout. Where are we? Three going the same direction, most likely a Starlink, quite possibly there. I mean, Starlink, just statistically, they are 2/3 of all of the objects up there. And it's definitely orb movement there. And what's the way, Rachel, that we can help us distinguish between it there? Because if they're going in straight lines, it's hard to tell it apart. Is there something else we can be looking for to maybe look a bit more? Lads going through C1, B2 and A3, good spotting there, and possibly A up. But we do see them in trains a few times there. Where are we there? And higher percentage of abductees have a German heritage. Oh, blood, hazel eyes, and no... What's that? Vasectomy? Oh, no, vasectomy. Literally heard about that one the other day on it there. On my podcast there. Very interesting connection if that is true. I think that's Starlink and James as well. Can you zoom in for those of us with the old Androids? Can't you zoom in on Androids? I can on some of them, but the problem is then the zoom is not good at the minute. It's a bit difficult there. And Force hard. Satellites, most of them are going to be man-made satellites. There's a hell of a lot of them up there. In fact, I think about 15,000 of the buggers right now. But what we're looking for, the ones that act a little bit stranger, the ones that stop dead, shoot off at speed, change their course or trajectory, those cannot be satellites just by their movement. So they're the ones that we want to see there. But yeah, most of what we are going to see are going to be man-made satellites. They're flying in a row, about 8 or 9 movers. It's got to be Starlink, that has then, hasn't it? And it's awesome if one object came from either side and collided on camera. They're really worried about that, aren't they? And what the cost would be. And if that did start off a chain reaction, making low Earth orbit inhospitable, they'd totally bugger up our space programs. It's a real fear, that Kessler syndrome. They're still coming there. Anything smooth is always Earth stuff. It's a good rule of thumb there, folks. Just statistically, isn't it? There is going to, most of the time it is going to be that. But every now and again we do see a weird one. So that's what we're hunting for tonight there. So do help us spot those. Where are you joining us from there, folks? Larger than stars or planets. That was your sight in there. Awesome. Living light there. Me too. It's interesting that they're chasing each other. It's when you see them in a sort of formation, one takes over another. It's pretty cool to see. I mean, look, you don't necessarily need the aliens. The shooting stars are pretty cool. A Starlink train, especially just after they've launched, that's pretty cool as well. All of that sort of stuff is pretty awesome to see. Where are we there? I'm too late to the party for that one, sadly. I've seen it a few times, though. Where are we? Oh, this bloody chat jumping ahead of me there. It's amazing that SpaceX can now land rockets after deploying one of those satellites, when before it was the chopsticks. I know. I mean, the chopstick was pretty cool to see, though, in action, wasn't it? There, and M2C loving the stickers, and it wasn't that big. And it all had a frozen but did we there. And CJ there, any infrared lenses? So no, this camera can do infrared and ultraviolet, but we have to send it off to basically have some filters removed that are inside of it. And we basically haven't had the pennies to do it. But also, then we're without the camera for a couple of weeks while that's being done. So it is on the list, but we can, not at the minute. This is just a visible light, but it does let in a lot more light than a human eye can see, about 2.5 times. There. First Starlink I saw, I thought it was a future holiday. Honestly, when you see it, I totally get how people go, aliens, if you don't know what Starlink is. Like, if you, especially when they've just been released and they're that tight little line flying across the screen. Awesome to see there. Flashing C4. And then the screen just buffered. Are we having... Oh, we shouldn't be having technical issues at the minute. Maybe, though. How are we doing, Viking, as well? Good to see you there. And to take a look at the UFO parade. I'm too late. I missed it now, but we've seen them before. And technology has taken away our natural abilities, but meditation, even touching grass and hugging trees regularly helps. It really has. But that is the job of technology, isn't it, there? Like, if we're... It's like I always equate it to hunting. Like, I do not know how to hunt. If I needed to do it, grow me there, thank you for the gifts, appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. Adam too, if I didn't, thank you for those ones. But yeah, hunting, like if I needed to hunt now, I'm buggered, that's it, I'm starving to death, guys. No skills in that area whatsoever. But also, I don't need it in my day-to-day life. So it's like an insurance policy there. So if society does collapse, then, you know, damn, I wish I'd have got that insurance. But if it doesn't, then I'm paying that premium. You know, that's time you've got to invest into learning it and maintaining those skills and all of that sort of stuff. So, you know, technology moves on, but, you know, you only need to maintain that skill if it's likely that technology is going to disappear. And it's hard to know. You know, it's not as easy, is it, there? Because, again, if you're spending those time and money and resources on maintaining a skill that you don't need, so it's paying for an insurance policy that you don't need there as well. And Zenti as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? There, good spot in there, Albert, again. And, oh, and those colours are supposed to be positive. Oh, like that. We control your Bigfoot. Which, is it my left or is the right one, the Bigfoot? Da-dum. Oh, it stopped living like I didn't see that. Oh, is the having the stream issue there or has it come back? It's looking all right for me. We'll double check that on the tubes, just make sure it's not... bloody thing. Where are we getting to? Water fasting. Fasting and meditation is key for ascension. I keep meaning to do the water fasting there. Aliens are real. False. I think they are, yeah. And honestly, I would. This is the thing, false. I want to see them, but I also don't. Like, you know, not up close. I would. I really would. Back for a bit, Kate. Always good. What's that? I was referring to someone. I just sound like an orb. No worries. So, would you like a ghost to visit you and go? No, exactly, Falsard. I have a rule: no ghosts in the house. And Amanda, I live near Brighton and I don't drive, so dark places are limited. So watching this is all. Thank you, Amanda. And I know totally what it's like. I used to drive, guys. I love driving. I'd drive anywhere, anything. Had a perfect record. Driving was my thing, and then I got ill, and now I'm not allowed to drive. That's a bright one. Keep an eye on that one, guys. If it flares a second time, then it's anomalous. One big bright flare isn't necessarily because where satellites basically reach the zenith of their orbit there, they can reflect a big part, reflect quite heavily back. But yeah, that was just the one flash. Looks cool though. Yeah, so I can't drive now, and trying to get your head around that and getting everywhere when you don't, it's very, very restrictive, very, very limited. So I feel it. Where are we in the chat? I'll catch you later, Mayor. There, I think I missed the message. How you doing, X-Chromie? Good to see you as always. How's your weekend been? And Phil, there. I live near... No, that's jumping ahead on it now. My lad and I watched an opal object slow to a stop, and then suddenly moved onwards on a changed direction by about 30 degrees. It was obvious we both gas simultaneously about 2 months ago. Now, again, that movement, that can't be a satellite. Anything up there in orbit cannot move like that. It basically breaks physics. They don't have the ability to do that sort of stuff. So as long as you can, I think that's a bird or something. As long as you can account that it, wasn't close enough to you to be a drone, then that is incredibly. But the opal color there, that is really, really interesting. Where in the world was that one, Phil? So thank you for sharing that. And that is my favorite part of this stream, is hearing your accounts, guys. So do share. In fact, just say hello as well, even if you've not got a story to share yourself. I want to hear where you're all watching from. Then, how do you feel about the phenomena? Exactly, little buckers. And whipped that there, 4,000-year-old mummy found in the Atacama Desert. Had red hair, blue eyes. DNA was not seen before. Native American plus part Scandinavian, part Indian. They think they've got the record solid. It was a recent one, wasn't it, on Rapa Nui, Easter Island. They were like, no, look, they're all Polynesian, they're all come from the Pacific, blah blah blah. That was mainstream sites, and then they did the genetics literally like over the last year. They're like, oh yeah, there is some South American DNA in there. It's like, duh, guys, we've been saying this. Look at the other parts of their culture. They also discovered like a recent total genetic offshoot of humanity that's disappeared basically, and that they'd found somewhere out in North Africa, and they're like, we didn't even know this population existed. It was very interesting. Been regularly watching your channel in the hopes to see it again. They're very cool. Thank you, Phil. God, I'd love to see something like that. We did have something similar, but not the same movement at the same time. The only ones we've had with the anomalous movements have just been like boring white. But I'd love to see the. Hey, keep watching, Phil. Maybe you'll be our good luck charm. It's so good to have you in. I heard that they like hanging around the constellations there. Really? I wonder why that would be. Has it been active tonight? We've had a few interesting ones tonight. We've had a few. Good spot in there. Albert and Amanda there. And A up with the stickers. It's a good one. And Rachel, I've seen mine up close and just wish I was outside at the time. Honestly, being outside does make a hell of a lot of difference. Mainly I get more scared. Just the one flash though. It was a bright one though. It definitely can. What's happening there, guys? Again, this doesn't tell us what the object is. Doesn't tell us it is or isn't a man-made satellite there. But what it's saying is that, as it's reaching that point of there, see how it flashes? Like, basically, it reaches that point closest to the sun. It's doing that. So if you get the two flashes, then that's not what it's doing. So keep spotting there. Keep looking for the anomalies. Oh, that's a nice blue one coming in as well. The reactions to UFO videos I've seen depends on the person. Some people freak out, others remain calm. Exactly. I think it depends how much their structure of the world, how they understand the world to work, allows for it already or not. Because that's the literal definition of trauma, isn't it? There's if you've got an understanding of the world for the experience to match up with the experiences that you're having. So if you come in somebody's world, I'm trying to think of a good example here, but if there's a world where in your head chocolate isn't real and it couldn't possibly exist for whatever reason, and then somebody comes up to you and offers you a chocolate bar, that means your whole structure of understanding is wrong and you have to reevaluate everything, and it's very, very stressful. Whereas if it's just that you've not seen chocolate and you think it's a rarity, but and then you do it encounter, you go, well, at least you know that that's there. So it makes sense of why different people are different with the reactions. But it is interesting. I think there'll be friction when it fully comes out, but I don't think it would be as drastic as what they have claimed there. CJ, I saw 3 huge orbs hover by in a triangle formation about 300 foot above, making no noise, a glowing orange and a yellow, about 3 years ago. Again, that no sound there, again, very anomalous. Even if we want a helicopter there, if they manage to make the engine part of that silent, the actual combustion engine, and a battery-powered helicopter, but even drones make a noise, don't they? Because it's not just the actual engines themselves, it's parting and moving the air makes a sound. You've heard of sonic booms from jets as well? Again, that's like a byproduct of it. They can't. So very anomalous to be silent there. It takes a lot of energy to sit still. And universe there, what was the flashes? So I think we've covered some of the flashes, but essentially it's either that or when the object is rotating. And different sides, different levels of reflection. It looks like a flash to us here. And you're from Suffolk. Excellent. My old man's in Suffolk, so I'm up there a reasonable amount of the time. But you have got the wonderful Rendlesham Forest. Have you ever seen or experienced anything strange up your way? It's a bit of a mystical county, kind of like Wiltshire. There's a lot of history, a lot of ancient peoples there doing some very strange things. Wouldn't mind one of those blue alien women. Like the 1970s alien sort of artwork that you've seen. And Phil, they're not far from you, near Southampton, not far at all. Have you seen anything there out across the water? Triangle formations are a recurring report. Again, a lot of them are meant to be, aren't they? The reversed engineered TR3B. Oh, that's the one going through the middle. Again, that one's quite standard. It did get brighter in the middle. Now it's fading out a bit. Good spot in there. Eye up the flash to see if it repeats again. No, I'm like my mum there. I'm more curious than scared. I'm both at the same time. Well, I'm curious first, then I get scared. I am the definition of curiosity killed the cat. That's how I'm going to go. There's no nursing home for me. It's going to be, oh, bollocks, will be my last words. But I shouldn't have done that. We all know it. Oh, you bloody chat thing. Right, where is it? Just captured the full blue moonlight. Oh, excellent, Dan. It's not up for us. It's behind the trees for us. I can't see it at all. You have to share us within the images in the Discord there. We'd love to see those. That as well. Another set of mummies, 7,000 years old, West Sahara. Also had never seen before DNA, made up of 3 extremely rare lineages. They lived in isolation for almost entire existence, approximately 50,000. It might have been the one that I was thinking of there, because it was really, really interesting, really anomalous. Thank you, Paul, for the reminder there to hydrate. I will forget to drink. And coming there, what are the small white points moving? So most of those are going to be man-made satellites. You've seen them on the stream before. But yeah, most of them are going to be man-made satellites, sadly, there. But be it a man-made satellite or be it ET, they're probably going to look similar to us most of the time. Moving around up there, satellites are going to be straight lines at consistent speeds, which ET is probably going to do that as well, because there's nothing to avoid to move around. You know, you just set your course and go. We're really hoping for ET to realise he's left his keys at home and do an interstellar handbrake turn right over the camera. That would tell us for sure that it is something a little bit stranger there. But again, it's not going to be all of the damn time, is it? Red flash at the top of B3. Right, I've got that. Oh, that one might be the spicy pixel on the camera, that one, but keep it up there. I'm not sure if it's the same one though. It's in that sort of area, isn't it? It might be. I can see the red pixel on my screen. I'll see if there's a flash though. And Massey there as well. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, remember to give us a sub or a follow, whatever it is, wherever you are, because we are on every night. If it's a clear night, we are doing a UFO, a UAP, a skywatch like we're doing tonight there. If it is a cloudy night, then we do what is called an alien radio signal hunt there. Like the film Contact, we are searching the hydrogen line, the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize that if ET's out there, that's where they'll leave the message. So yeah, do join us. That hopefully gets a notification when we go live. Where are we? I just wish I'd knew that at the time there, since I was asking them. I wish I see them in person in real life. Well, maybe that will come. Some say disclosure is led by aliens. Maybe this is why they are showing themselves somewhere every day. Maybe they have said that it might just be out of our government control. And definitely, but I've seen people react to spiders. Actually, that's a very good point there, and I'm one of those people. I'm out watching the skies right now. Oh, phenomenal. I'm always a bit jealous of my old man Skies. So he's still in more of a town, so there's a bit of light pollution. But when those clouds pass, it is phenomenal. In fact, the best sky I've ever seen was literally at the cliff tops of Baldsey on the Suffolk coast there. Like, the first time I just saw clear sky, I was blown away. I still had the memory in my head. It just stuck with me so much there. And I just checked the Starlink tracking. There is no Starlinks over you until the 2nd. So not sure what that train was. Oh, maybe it was another constellation. How many was it though? Because you guys said it was quite a lot. I saw about 2 or 3 in a row, and we have seen that one before. Like 2 or 3 is semi-common. But yeah, if it was more than that, if it was the 20, then what else have they got up there? How you guys doing, Tony? Good to see you in. And you did see that the object flashing in the same position over which we last time we saw that whipped at was earlier on in the year, maybe February or March. We haven't seen it since. But we have seen it a few times. It definitely came up last summer, then later part of the year we saw it again. But that is very interesting, that thing. But we haven't seen it for a good couple of months now. Also, orbs form triangles too, and would make sense. What's the bright light in the box with the number 3? That one, I think, is that one Vega? I think that is Vega. A star about 26 light years from us there. Good spot in there. Oh, disappearing direction A to B4. Ooh, I'll have to keep an eye out for those ones. Sleeping Dog film from Corbell and the Tubes. Oh, it's very good. I wasn't sure, you know how I feel about Corbell, but people have said that it's good, so maybe I'll have to do that one. I've got to pay money for it, though, and you know how I feel about that. Where do we get to? A bear face in the clouds looking at... I'd be an alien looking directly at me in the camera like that. I wouldn't notice it straight away. Not unless you press the interactive grid button. Do you pick a certain bit of the sky, or do you pick a random spot? So, bit of both. I try to pick a known object. So, like Vega, as the summer rolls in, that's going to be perfectly positioned for us to kind of use that as my default starting point for the night and following that across. It's cool to watch. But like a night like tonight, I'm trying to find the best part of the sky because a bit of moonlight screws things up, and then you've got the town where there's you know, a little bit of light pollution in certain directions. Sometimes it is a bit of juggling that ends up a bit random. Disappearing did that one. Very bright R4, good spot in there. And get medicated. Sleeping Dog did that one. Oh yes, Baldy, I go there often there. The Shingle Street is a good one. Honestly, on that coast there, that is just... Oh, that you know, literally I used to work on, actually on the, you will know it, the abandoned military base that's on the hill, the old missile silo there. Used to rent that, and was overnight there a couple of times. It's just, oh, it's amazing, those stars there on a clear night. Absolutely amazing. I definitely want to go back and do that. We are hoping at some point this year to do a live on location from Rendlesham Forest, which will be a pretty damn cool. But we have got another location one coming up. We're just waiting to align days with the weather and what that's going to look like over the next 2 weeks. So hopefully you'll catch us live with Pete up on the old Iron Age Hill, again, Hillfort, where lots of those sightings have been seen before. Where did we get to? Sorry guys, chat is jumping ahead. I'm trying to figure it out. There we go. There was more than 20. Okay, yeah, that's got to be Starlink. The Chinese have got a constellation. I know Amazon are trying their best, but they're doing pretty badly at it, so I don't think it'd be them. So I saw 2 or 3. I know my screen's bad, not that bad. Oh, B3, B2, keep it up. Oh, look, what's that one going? B1 to A1. It'll be in there in a second. There's one going straight down. There's about 4 on screen right now. Remember, it's that anomalous movement there. And they clearly have a lot of footage that has put Corbell and Nap's life some very specific unaliving threats there. Ooh! I mean, that's interesting. Also, I definitely my fart out. Just the together box is hard to see. What's that? Sahara was green only approximately 7,000 to 17,000 years ago. They don't know where the civilization mummies existed before the Sahara was green, as their DNA went back 50,000 years. It is very interesting what they can trace back now, isn't it? There, B3 very dim, too slow there. Dartmoor, that is definitely on the list there, Dartmoor. But I've spent quite a few nights out on Dartmoor before. So I think we'll definitely need to get ourselves a Starlink, though, to actually have a chance of getting connection if we're going to do it more often. But I'll see what we can do with Pete. See how many he's up for. Check if it's a flare training day in advance. Ah, yeah, get me catch that one again. And there was a drone display crash in Australia the other day. No one was hurt, but 1,000 drones in sequence is quite impressive to see. I mean, these are the things we never had to consider before. But you see, like the Chinese drone displays, light display, very, very impressive. But you know, over a populated area, can go south pretty quick, I imagine. You know, nothing to consider things falling on you, do you, these days? And Lurker, bang on with the Iron Age Fulgur. Thank you, Lurker. I mean, it's honestly, I can't take any credit for it. It was just the highest point in town. I mean, but this town is weird. Like, this is we say it's an ancient and mystical landscape, and it really is, especially coming from somewhere like Essex. So you bring out a map. There are stone circles, cairns, you know, barrows for burial, all this sort of stuff around. There's weird stuff going on. And then this little town is surrounded by those Iron Age hill faults there. And that's where they were getting a lot of sightings. I mean, Clay Hill's another one. It's a little bit trickier to get up that one. That's got a lot more of a history with it. But yeah, there are a lot of sightings up on those ones. Or do you feel, I can't tell myself the direct connection back to that sort of time, but it does feel like there is a connection there. And philosophical chat, how you doing? Not seen any over the water here, no, but I'm an ex-commercial pilot. I do have a few towels, especially around Humberside / North Yorkshire, and over Firth of Forth and Edinburgh, one over the Bay of Biscay. Honestly, that is amazing. And this again, I love the fact that we're all connected. We can hear this now. This is getting to my favourite part of it. So, you know, please tell us some of those stories. I'd absolutely love to hear them there. It's fantastic there. I can totally get it as well. North Yorkshire, Firth of Forth as well. Again, a lot of activity out those ways in general there. I really want to hear that. And what we need, Starlink, we have Samlink, barely. I'm struggling. But no, we need it for the on locations, wouldn't we? Luckily, the easy ones we go to, we get phone signal. Get better signal on those hill faults than I do down in here, home here. But yeah, Rendlesham Forest, notoriously bad signal that way. Like metal detecting or fishing, a lot of time is awaiting, then a lot of false hits, but put in the hours and always look up and you will see the UFOs at some point. 100% whipped out. Exactly, this is exactly like it. You know, we've had a couple of days a bit slow, but you never know. You just get that, you know, the big fish. You hook the big fish there. That's why we call it a hunt, because it is a bit of you don't know what you're going to get. But yeah, if you do it long enough, there you do get them there. And James E, how are you doing there? C3, very slow. I'm too slow, I think, for that one. I'll have a look. Oh, there's a very faint one up there, I think the A's and B's. Bit of clouding tonight. Is it Dartmoor that has Bothage? Oh, you know what? I don't know. I thought that was more of a Scottish thing. But it might do. I might be wrong there. And that drone failure in Australia was nuts there. Electromagnetic disturbance made 60 drones fall into the water. Disturbance, is as in they think it was a natural thing, or was there somebody having a play and showing them up there? Spluger. False hard. I hope you've cleaned us since then. And Lurker, I've got an artifact. I'll show you some art. Lurker, please send us a message. I want to see some pictures. I'd love to see all that sort of stuff. This is, again, my favourite part about doing all of this is hearing your stories, hearing your accounts with the phenomena there, and so, as we say, piecing this puzzle together. You know, it is a crazy time that we are alive, that we can be connected, because beforehand, like, you guys would have had these experiences. Maybe you would have told friends and family, and look how, you know what that goes like. If they're not into this, that's it. You get the strange look. So the knowledge just doesn't get out most of the time, but we are connected tonight, and we can share, and we can understand and hear a little bit more that we wouldn't have heard before. Drones were all over the place there, I bet. I tried finding you on Twitch, but it said, oh yeah, no, we're not on Twitch at the second. I took that one off just to kind of save the computers having a sulk at the minute. But we are on the YouTubes, so at the thing UFO, and it is much better over there, as you can see when it loads up again. The sky is round the right way, more of that, less of my face, but also some more analytical data there. So do check us out over there. I haven't been to a CE5 group event. No, I want to. I hear so many, like, real good results. Like, there seems to be such a strong correlation there, like a real cause and effect to the CE5 stuff. I worry partly because it's like the intentions of these sorts of things. And I don't know, I'm a very manic person. I can't even meditate in my day-to-day life. So I feel like it's going to take me a long time to get there. But I want to make sure that when I do try it, I'm kind of focused on it and putting in the effort. And my brain hasn't kind of focused round on it yet. But the plan was, once we kind of get back in the routine of doing some more on-location lives, and I know that's going to run smoothly, then maybe we could start experimenting with stuff like that. But have you had any good experiences with it? I'd love to hear about that. And pilots deserve respect for speaking out. We need professional reports by people who are expert witnesses. We really, really do. And what a time that they can come out. I reckon loads of people are going to have. They just have self-filtered it all there. They were miffed. I sent one that suggested a hack, but at the time they didn't have a clue. I reckon it's got to be something like that, isn't it? And you Googled it, it doesn't. Wait, what was that? What doesn't? A frequency, a disruption, they called it. I mean, they could, you know, that can happen. But you'd thought they'd get over that in the early days of drone stuff. You need a group to do it there, to do it with, so that they can keep you focused there. Oh, you go, okay. Okay, we need a group then. Maybe that's what we can do when we do a meetup. Because you don't necessarily need clear skies for that. I mean, we don't want it raining on us there. In World War II, pilots... oh, wait, no, I missed one there. Adam, something that might be really interesting. I'm not sure what it's called, but the red liquid lens. Oh, I've heard about the red lenses for... oh, bloody hell, what's it called? You know, the night vision, the red night vision. But in World War II, pilots were going crazy saying they could see weird flying things, so they stopped using them. So I've heard about the night vision once, but during the Vietnam War, and that literally, yeah, they were seeing demons and shit. Which, I mean, look, there are possibilities to that. That's why they use the green night vision and stuff now. Oh, no, Boff is in Dartmoor. That was it. Oh, it's all right. I'll tell you a story at some point about my escapades with Pete on Dartmoor. They were also hilarious at the time. Some areas have a natural atmospheric conditions that could cause a random transient disturbances. Well, radio is a natural phenomena. It is possible. A faint blue one going through A1 now, guys. So it definitely is possible. These are freak events. At Skinwalker Ranch, they have had a fair amount of drone failures. And school night, literally. So a good night and later. I'll catch you later there, Philosophical. Good to have you in. Make sure you're following. We can catch you later there. Bill, thank you for subscribing there. Appreciate that. Guys, Bill, first of all, where are you joining us from? Good to have you in. Not just Skinwalker. There are multiple areas all around the world. What is the consistency? I mean, there are some areas that have, like, slightly less gravity, which is really weird. There are gravitational anomalies around the Earth. Another bright one going through A1. I remind you every day with absolute annoyance there. Oh, which one's Adam's comment? Let me scroll up. I did the World War II one. This is another one. I can't see it. I need to sign out shortly. I know where I am. Get some rest. Said before, well, oh god, yeah, I need to do that as well. It's getting a little bit later. We're actually coming up on our time there. And surprise, surprise, whenever possible, government snap up these locations and build bases. I think there's no surprise. In the same way that the old the church found, you know, used to occupy all of the other, you know, the pagan sites and things. And yeah, they do have a lot of drones that malfunction on Skinwalker Ranch there. That has a good point there. Portals are gateways for many beings. Could well be. I mean, I'm very, very open to it. It doesn't break physics. You know, I want to see something. And the lurker thermal plus a LiDAR scanned the moon. Apparently, the data was corrupt, and it was. Of course, it was 100%. There is stuff that's out there now, like the images that that they've taken. They're hard to get, but there are some interesting anomalies there. I thought you started then jump. Oh, I may have got halfway through it, Kate, and I might have just got on a tangent. Hello from Texas, there, Mr. Thomas. Good to have you in. A new sub for the channel. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Good to have you in. How are your Texas skies? We've got a couple in from your way actually lately, which is very cool. Again, I would love to be out in Texas. It just looks absolutely phenomenal. Have you seen anything strange? Portals are the cause of courses like. Cause of places like Skinwalker Ranch. Guys, head to Obsessions if he goes live to check that one out. Well, you can do it after we are on this one. Are you can see I need a group to help me focus on anything. I need a group. And aliens are working machinery. They all see the same thing. Oh, I've heard the machine elves when you're on like DMT and stuff. Everybody sees the little people for that. And Travis Taylor always says there's a wormhole on the ranch. I go for is that 24/7. I mean, what do they mean about a wormhole? Like, we know what we mean scientifically, what a wormhole is there, but like, I feel like we need more than it just thrown around. You know, I want to see this is why we think it's a wormhole. This is why we think it's that. I'm desperate, but you know, apparently they've got some good data coming out. Anyway, guys, it is nearly bedtime for me, and I've got work tomorrow as well. So we are rounding up. We've just done 2 hours and 2 minutes. I'll have to do for tonight there. I need to demonstrate. Yeah, Kate, with me, all this sort of stuff, I need to see somebody else doing it, and I can eventually get my head around it. But yeah, we're going to come off for tonight. But thank you guys much for hanging out and sharing all your awesome knowledge there. I know, it's slowed down a bit. I don't know if it's just the cloud making it a bit harder with the contrast. But good night, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out, for sharing your knowledge and everything there. Make sure you're following or subscribed, whatever it is, wherever you are there, so you get those notifications when we go live. We should be on tomorrow. What is going to be... what is going to be the weather for tomorrow? Let's have a quick check of that. Weather. Alright, Monday, rain. Oh, it's going to be an alien radio signal hunt tomorrow. Tuesday we might be okay for a skywatch. We might get away with that. Oh god, then it's thunder and rain and thunder and rain. Oh, it's not looking like a good week. Hopefully the weather will change for us there. But yeah, probably won't be a skywatch tomorrow night, guys. But keep your eyes peeled. If it does clear up, we will be on for this there. Mainly ask for contact there. Some are lucky. I do hear good results. But thank you again, guys. We'll catch you later. And thank you for supporting us in every which way that you do, whether it's just quietly watching us there or it's tapping away and sharing the stream. We've got a nice one there now, nice bright one. Let's keep our eyes on that, and then we'll come off when that leaves the screen. But yeah, thank you for all of that, guys. Extra love for gifters, summers, members, and all that jazz, because it helps us improve what we do there. But again, thanks a lot, guys, and yeah, we'll catch you all tomorrow night there. Sorry, I can't bother to wait for it. Yeah, we'll catch you later. Bye, guys.